Hello and welcome to Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is the T-Tree and I thoroughly believe that if you can watch a speedrun, you can run it yourself. I hope you had so much fun with GDQ last weekend, or this last weekend, if you were able to catch it. If not, you can definitely check it out over on the youtube.com/c/gamesdonequick, or search Games Done Quick there, because all the VODs are already up and available. But we had so many submissions from enthusiastic runners showcasing amazing games that I wanted to make tonight's episode of Out of the Box, while staying inside the rules of Out of the Box, a GDQ bonus stream. So we've got two really fun speedruns for you tonight. And coming up first, we're going to be taking it... Well, you could say we're taking it back, but we're also keeping it new by showing off Tomb Raider Chronicles, a recent remaster with our friend Mello. So Mello, take it away.
Thank you so much for the introduction. And yes, we're taking it back kind of, but we're also taking it kind of to today, because we are playing the remaster of Tomb Raider Chronicles, which is the 5th Tomb Raider game in the franchise and a very beloved one by many, wink. Especially Red, who's going to introduce herself soon after me. Yeah, I'm also queer, so it's very fitting to have a bonus stream of GDQ. A very lovely event. Really glad that this is happening now. And yeah, what we're going to do, just like you said it, out of the box, if you can watch a speedrun, then you can definitely run something. You can definitely do a speedrun. And Chronicles, I would say, maybe my friends on the virtual couch will say also that it's like one of the easiest, or if not the easiest speedrun in the classic Tomb Raider franchise at least. And yeah, I would say let's give it to Red. I've already mentioned her. Let's introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rad. I'm the biggest fan of Tomb Raider Chronicles.
I've heard this about you.
I know, right? I love the Tomb Raider classic franchise. I've ran a few of the games in pieces. In general, just love the games and love the community. That's probably the biggest part for me. And yeah, I'm excited to do this with you guys.
Meaty? Oh, yeah. we're going in that order. Cool. Hi, I'm Nondescript Midnight. People call me Midi. I've been speedrunning the Tomb Raider, or doing runs of the Tomb Raider games for about 6 years now, and only recently have changed from challenge runs to speed runs. Recently, like 2-3 years ago. This might be one of my favorite games, especially the OGs, to run specifically, but the remasters are fantastic and Mello is amazing at them, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing this run. KTC.
Yes, and I'm KTC. I've been a runner for the OG classic games for like 6 years now. I think the anniversary is coming up soon, actually. I haven't run the remastered version. I don't know if that will happen because I'm more OG peeled, let's say. But they have done an amazing job with remastering the games. I'm ready to see Mello break it apart as much as he can. And I'm sure he'll do a great job. Really happy to be with him. Dear friend, everyone here is a dear friend.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all of you for sharing your experiences and your passion. And I think the audience is also ready to watch Mello crush it. So Mello, whenever you are ready.
I am ready. The timer starts pretty much after the first loading screen. So as soon as Lara disappears and then we see Lara again, the timer starts.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so not that. Okay, after the screen disappears, which is now. So
Good luck, Mello.
thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the secrets category. So we need to collect some secrets and deal with some cameras as well. This is a tutorial area, actually. It's not really needed to complete the level. You can do it if you want to. We have to do it, however, because we need to get a secret that's hidden inside of here. And
The
in the
tutorial
background, as per
secrets.
usual, in the Tomb Raider games, and the classic games at least, you have the specific voice actors give you a little tutorial and pretty much explaining you every bit. I can tell you, if you have ran this game before, if you have played this game before, after about 5 or 10 times, you cannot hear it anymore.
I believe it.
It's a very good voice actress. I would say in the community considered the best, together with another voice actress that was used in the Legend trilogy. So the trilogy where Crystal Dynamics took over. And yeah, I think my friends, maybe they can share their favorite voice actress of Lara.
We love Janelle, the voice actress for the 4th and 5th installment. It's my personal favorite. I think she has the tone down in the most proper way compared.
She's got that sass and snap to it, which is just so wonderful to listen to. Really good voice actress for Lara. Definitely up there, one of my favorites.
Mine's Judith for Tomb Raider 2 and 3. But I also have to give a shout out to the German voice actress because she does, I think, from the 3rd to...
From Tomb Raider 4.
From the 4th to Underworld.
Yeah.
She dubbed all of them. Shout out to Keely for Legend Anniversary, Underworld, several other of the smaller games. Keely Hawes is an amazing actress as well, so also up there for me.
So I see some very normal things are happening on our screen right now. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did?
So I'm utilizing the modern controls that were introduced in the remaster. If you have played original Tomb Raider before from the 90s and the early 2000s, you know it's like a grid-based game, pretty much. So the tank controls were very mathematical. I think that makes the most sense, but we're utilizing modern controls. So we can do things like banana jumps, like that's what you have just seen. Sadly, I failed the banana jump, so that was not a good example. But yeah, we can utilize the modern controls to curve Lara around way easier. You have moves that you have not in the original that you can do with the modern controls, which also makes the speed run a lot faster. What I've done just now before, you saw me also curving around kind of and not just running up the stairs. That's to avoid a trigger of Larson. We will probably see a bit, we will see a bit of Larson later. We are not skipping that cutscene. And we are skipping a trigger where he would appear on the other side of the tightrope and damage us, and we don't want that. And here we're getting, now I forgot the English word for that. How do you call it? A sight? Do you just call it a sight?
Laser sight.
A laser sight. A laser sight. Sorry, I forgot the laser part.
I thought you were asking what we call the key, and I was genuinely
Yes, I was also playing back the last few seconds in my head. I'm like, wait a second. Okay, we've got the dual handgun.
I was sweating. I was like, what do we call this key?
Yeah, so we got a laser sight. Since Tomb Raider 4, you can pretty much combine items, and you have to do it a lot in Tier 4. You have to do it a bit in Tier 5 here. And yeah, that enables us to basically manually aim, which wasn't really possible before. Here we have one of these cutscenes that we will sadly skip. It's a very lovely cutscene with our favorite unofficial gays from the franchise. Yes, everyone thinks they're gay, and they're sharing a milkshake together, so they're definitely gay. Yeah, it's canon at this point. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I want to...
Yeah. Maybe if one of you wants to explain the flare
I just wanted to mention...
Okay, yeah.
For the OGs, we cannot really skip most of the cutscenes, but for the remasters, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a
So,
brief discussion before we
yeah.
got started this evening on people's preferences before that. And that I think can kind of come down to what you like in a speed run. I think several of us were kind of professing that we're the type of person who likes a speed run that keeps us engaged as we play, and so downtime is kind of the enemy of that. It puts you off your game. But if that is something you like, that is also available from playing the original version of Tomb Raider Chronicles. But yes, flare jumping. I know a little bit about this from having watched your submission video. So if you want me to take a shot at it, since I'm already talking. The long and short is that you're using animation canceling. Lara, sorry, pronunciation issue. Please make fun of me for that one.
Yes, we
Lara
will.
has a very long falling animation when falling further than a certain distance. So by throwing a flare, you can substitute that animation for the one where she would take a long fall.
And perfectly explained as we just did it.
Hey.
And yes, and I have to correct myself. I said flare jumping, but it's flare canceling. Flare jumping would be a glitch, and it's not possible in the remaster. So a little mistake on my side. Midi was already side-eyeing me. I can hear it.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
I was like,
Wait, is this actually glitched?
Yeah, I was
Run.
Exactly.
I was excited. I was like, I did a whole video on flare jumping. We're gonna see a flare jump?
So yeah, as you can see here, Melo is picking up a rose. The roses are the secrets in this game. And the point of the category is to go through the game while picking up those roses, secrets, without using any glitches.
Yeah, that's basically the limitations. I mean, I wouldn't say getting all secrets. I mean, it's a limitation in terms of that the run takes longer, obviously. But yeah, you can see more of the beautiful game, which Red will definitely
You
appreciate.
can call it the
Yes,
scenic route.
I love this game.
The scenic
Give me
route,
more.
yes, the scenic route. Hey, and that's the first level done. Sadly, we had to skip the cutscene again.
But the loading screens are great.
The loading screens are beautiful. The remaster team did a great job.
The glitchless runs accentuate Lara's movement and the ability of every runner to move her around swiftly. It accentuates it's very nice. As we can see, Melo here is doing some very nice platforming and fixed it though. I'm stopped. We'll stop talking right now.
That's okay.
Modern controls are notorious for having moments like that because unlike the tank movement, which is very sort of rigid, modern controls, Lara kind of turns on a dime, which is great for speed, but it also means that sometimes you go off edges when you really don't want to. Even if you're like quite experienced and skilled, as Melo is, sometimes she just flies off edges because of how fast the modern controls are.
So we've also seen the second tightrope in the run. Tightropes were introduced in, well, only this game. They're also beloved by the community, not. They're just full of RNG and yeah, basically have to think for a second. Okay, I got that skip. That basically skips the
Nice.
ladder that is here, where we have to climb around the corner. I'm glad I got that first try now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
so
that fail.
that failure. Yeah, when I practiced, I failed this like 6 times in a row, which is nice. Hey, I wasn't sure if I get this. This is called an M-Man, where you basically land just on the edge. You mostly get a little stumble animation, but you don't have to grab, which saves you some time. We can also utilize that ledge to roll off. Okay, I didn't need that flare because I rolled off the edge. That hasn't happened in practice.
But it's good to know that even in a game like this, which is technically based on a much older game, so you could say that it's a run that's been around in some fashion or another for a while, that there are still opportunities for kind of expressiveness, for like backups that can come up at any moment, so that you can show off both your skill in routing and knowing how things should ideally go, but also your skill in backing up things if they don't work out quite right. That's always fun to see.
Yeah, and the good thing... sorry, KDC, Tell us.
I was just going to say that that modern controls open up the choices for backups, for routing,
makes
for
sense.
different ways to go through the level quite a bit compared to the tank controls. So there are many new strats, and I don't think you will see any same runs with modern controls between players. There are some basic things that are same, but you have the room to express, as you said yourself.
Yeah,
Your routing and
due to
movement.
being less mathematical, you have like a lot more freedom to move. So you can also fix some sequences you have. That's a lot harder to do in a tank control run. Okay, we just faced our first boss,
Nice.
the mechanical head, as I call him. I think it's supposed to be Medusa, pretty much, because you can't really look at it, I guess. It shoots lasers at you. I don't know why in the middle of Rome you suddenly have a mechanical head that's floating and shooting lasers at you, but that's Tomb Raider for you.
I mean, they gave it a Centurion helmet. That's as close as you're going to get, I think.
Yeah.
But also staring is
Lara
rude,
lives in
so
a
we took
very-
out its eyes
It's-
as punishment.
Lara
It's
lives in a very
Chronicles,
strange
that's-
world.
That's all.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of a cool world and kind of a cruel world as well. So
It's interesting.
it's subjective, I guess, if you want to live in that world.
I
or
would
not.
be I would hate to be a plumber and there's like a blockage and then I go down and there's just a giant Roman head with green eyes staring at me.
Yes, there's lots of work, but the job security and the ability to stay on the job year on year might be kind of questionable.
This is basically Five Nights at Freddy's. Like,
All right, Tomb Raider 5 is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider 5 Nights at Freddy's. You heard it
Yeah.
here, folks. Nowhere
Yeah.
other than the Games Done Quick Hotfix.
Yeah. That is a take.
so
To be fair, I also think this boss is actually not easy to beat because you have to be really fast, and with your cam you have to actually point at the eyes, which is a very specific place, and if you don't do it, you will get zapped and die very quickly. So even if that looked very easy, it really isn't. It's just mellow skill.
it's like when you know what you have to do, it becomes easy. If you play this for the first time, Chronicles in general, you will, a lot of times you have to, wait for it, think outside of the box.
Good night, everybody.
And that's it, folks.
Yep.
Yeah,
Said the thing.
he said the thing.
Yeah,
He broke the
did.
fourth wall.
I mean,
Where he looks
I think
into the
Lara
camera
does,
and looks directly.
you have to think outside of the box. Yeah, what I wanted to explain earlier, what makes this run more accessible is also the quick save feature. So any mistake you do, you can pretty much fix up again. And a lot of games don't have that, where you can just save on the fly.
It's true. You've actually seen that become more common in remastered collections of games. Like just earlier this week, we had the Castlevania Dominus collection on with Lonely SR running Dawn of Sorrow, I think. And that also has a rewind feature that, very similar to this autosave feature, can allow you to kind of do something again in a pinch with minimal downtime if something goes wrong.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. In general, the originals also had this feature where you could quick save, but you still had to choose a save slot. Here in the remaster, they gave us, I can show that off. You see it in the lower right corner. You can see, okay, saved. My game is saved.
Yeah,
and if
so
I
you have an
load it,
auto
it's very
save slot
instantly.
specifically.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. You have a specific auto save slot. And
Yeah, and 1, 2, 3 does not have the
No.
quick save feature.
Nice.
it doesn't have the quick save feature. You have to go to the passport. You have to save the game. It has a hotkey for that, but it still takes like about 3 seconds. So if you screw something up there, you're gonna have a time loss of 6 seconds usually. Okay, that was Larson, by the way, that we skipped earlier.
I love that strat so much.
We have a boss now that in the OG you could entirely skip the Larson encounter and the boss, Okay, I have to reload that sadly because I got a bad outcome here, but we will do it. We will do it. I hope, I believe. So yeah, these heads can sometimes push you. Okay, I will try to fix it on the fly.
Yeah, so the hydrate
no.
boss we completely skip
Yeah.
in the OG games. They have a weird mechanic that you can damage them only when they are shooting you. And that strat crouching in front of the Hydra and shooting is very, very fast compared to taking on the boss, just which we never do, but in a casual level, you could say one would face that. It would be a way worse experience than this. This is actually very fast compared.
So yeah, in the original, you could entirely ignore Larson. He shoots you, but you could already put these symbols in. In the remaster, they took that away from us. So we actually have to play the game, which unfortunately now gave me... Oh no, I died. The run is over. No, just kidding. If you don't use an input while Lara's on a slide and she dies during it, actually nothing happens and she just rolls into the end trigger. I just wanted to use that moment to scare everyone, so everyone is still awake.
You got my opinion, or you got my attention back from chat to focusing on, like, wait, what? Did we die unexpectedly?
Oh no.
So very, very well done.
I'm suitably spooked.
Yes.
So spooked. October is over, Mello. You can't be spooking us like this.
Post-Halloween scare.
Yes. Halloween is never really over. After Halloween is before Halloween.
Oh, that's true. Time to be prepared for next year.
Just want to say Mello went as Lara for Halloween, so...
Yes.
Terrific.
I was contemplating to be on cam with a cosplay today, but I decided against it. So what we can do here is we have that, I call it monkey roll because it kind of uses the same sound effect as the monkeys in TR3. So to me, it's always a monkey roll, and we can use it while Lara is crouched and on a corner. She can basically roll to the other crouch crawl space. And I like that little sequence here that you can just immediately turn around on modern controls, and it feels very satisfying. I don't know if it's actually faster to do it like this, but it feels more satisfying. So that's important to me in a speedrun.
It's all about if
we're
it
in the
looks
proper
cool and feels
Colosseum.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of flare canceling. And yeah, there's not really much to explain here, I would say. So maybe we share our first speedrun. It's probably Tomb Raider for everyone, but yeah, I don't know. For me, it was
not
Tomb
for
Raider
me,
1.
but I would expect it would be for all of you.
Yeah, I think for us, it's going to be Tomb Raider. At least for me, it is. I actually got inspired to run Tomb Raider by watching Baxky's run on Frame Fatale, which was Tomb Raider 1, the OG Tomb Raider 1. So yeah, I started with Tomb Raider 1 in like 2019, I think around October actually. So the anniversary just happened for me. Yeah, that's like Tomb Raider 1. That's the first speedrun that I did.
So you might say that you've just celebrated your Tomb Raider anniversary.
Yeah. I think it was 13th October 2019. Why do I know that? Don't ask me.
Understandable. Would others like to contribute?
I was trying to think. So Tomb Raider 3 Any% was my first real speedrun that I put on a board, and I was very heavily inspired first to do challenge runs by Action Turnip, who I still watch occasionally. And then I sort of fell into wanting to learn speedruns because right at the start, this is very interesting. Right at the start, I didn't want to do anything glitched because I was like, no, I want the
pure version of the experience.
Original,
The purest.
The pure version of the experience. I wasn't judgmental about it, but I was just like, nah, it's not for me. But then I was watching the Tomb Raider 3 Any% run and I was like, hey, these glitches, they're kind of cool. So it became my first speedrun that went onto a board. Before that, I had dabbled in Knights of the Old Republic, but that never went anywhere. So my first real inspired run that wasn't a challenge run was Tomb Raider 3.
Got it. Very cool.
Myself, I think I had been watching speedrunning videos back in 2016 by some names that I later met in the Tomb Runner Discord, the community Discord we have. The main inspiration of mine was Bexkey as well, and TP, Smooth Operative. I think it was AGDQ 2019. I think I saw that run and it was like the wake-up call. Now you have to try your hand at that.
Sure.
And my first run was actually Tomb Raider 1, the glitched version.
Nice.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
that
would
was my
have thought
first run.
Tomb Raider 2, but
I took them by order. After that, I tried some other games as well, but nothing stuck. I tried Spyro 1, I tried Crash Bandicoot 3 any percent, and some other games, but nothing stuck as much as Tomb Raider did.
By the way, we just...
Yeah.
My first run was 2019 as well, September or October 2019.
You know the exact date.
yes, please throw in that we're in Russia now.
Yeah, we're in Russia now. We left Rome. And technically, we didn't really leave Rome because these are like individual stories. Because Lara has seemingly died in Tomb Raider 4. So all her closest friends are coming together to tell each other stories about her, and we are playing these stories. It's kind of a filler game before the next Tomb Raider came out. And what I wanted to explain, what we saw at the start where I jumped onto the boxes here, we did kind of a huge sequence break, I would say. I think it saves around 20 seconds, because normally you would have to unlock a door and then you have to go upstairs, and from there you do a sequence on the boxes. However, when I first played the remaster, as the speedrunner I am, I obviously wanted to find new ways to break this game, and then I found that little curve jump you can do very well with modern controls. And yeah, that's how we got a 20-second time save, roughly. And we don't have to open that other door. However, we have to open this door in this category because we need to get a secret here, which is guarded by a little doggy. And we can name that doggy, or chat can name that doggy. I didn't name them.
I think chat should name the dog.
Definitely.
True.
Everyone can speedrun, and so everyone can also decide on a doggy's name.
Yes.
That's what I'm going with.
And yeah, if
I
you
was also just thinking.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking. It's funny that we say that the stories are being retold by Laura's closest friends, and her closest friends are her butler, a priest, and I don't even know what Charles Kane is. He's like a.
He was supposed to be
Sunny, the archaeologist.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they got copyrighted.
They used
So-
Johnny.
They used
on a
Johnny
true person,
like
but
this.
The true person found out, and he wasn't very happy that they used his face and his job and everything.
Yeah.
So they just
Yeah.
replaced him with Charles Kane.
Exactly. So he's a no name.
Her closest friends are her butler, a priest, and some guy.
And the random guy. Yeah.
There's somebody else who happens to work in the same field as you do. It's like having your eulogy and having like another person who happens to work in IT somewhere else in the world come say, "Oh yeah, no, I heard they were pretty good at their job. Seems right." But yes, if you're looking for inspiration about your next speed run, you might consider joining the Games Done Quick Discord. It'll also help you get more involved in the community. You can add the hotfix role to stay on top of upcoming events and shows. You can chat with staff and other speedrunning enthusiasts, and much, much more. Use !Discord in the Twitch chat for an invite and more information.
Should I go back to my first speedrun? Because I've been thinking. I think it was
Yeah, please do.
it was Tomb Raider 1 Pacifist, wasn't it? because
Lovely category.
I looked. Yeah, I mean, back then the
glitchless.
Pacifist glitchless, yeah, I remember that.
Pacifist glitchless, because I'm thinking back, and I was watching all these, like I was watching all these people run because I was curious about people streaming Tomb Raider, and then the category extension board was fairly new, and I took a look at it, and the pacifist category was all lonely. There was no runners for it, so I was like, why not? Why not do this as a challenge run? And I guess you count it as a challenge run, and I just played it so much. I think one time I did it for 12 hours.
Dedication.
Without stopping. Dedication, pacifist rise. And that was my first speedrun, yeah. And then afterwards it was Tomb Raider 1 glitchless, because it's very similar to the pacifist run.
So yeah, to explain the pacifist category, basically how it says you cannot harm it. I mean, you can technically harm someone, but you can't knock them out.
Yeah, you can't kill them.
Except for the bosses, pretty much, that you have to do for progression. So it's basically all the pacifist categories. They are limited in a way where if it's for progression, then you can do it. If it's not for progression, then you can't do it. So in some situations, self-defense, I guess. It's like, okay, I need to get this artifact. This person has that artifact. I cannot ask them. The game doesn't offer that option. This is not Undertale, where you have the options to have an actual pacifist run.
I'm clicking the act menu and nothing is happening. What's going on, Lara? Her only actions are gun and other gun. What do I do?
I'm trying to think. In Tomb Raider 1, most of the bosses are actually like self-defense. You get attacked before you actually take them out.
Also in Tomb Raider 1, you mostly have animals as enemies and a few human enemies. And then with every game, kind of that went higher. I think Tomb Raider 2... No, actually, Tomb Raider 2 was the highest count of Lara, the highest body count. But that spot actually is now with Rise of the Tomb Raider, I believe, which has the most human enemies.
Any of the most recent trilogy, it's principally humanoid enemies.
Yeah, they have a lot, which is sad. I hope for the new game that is supposedly coming out sometime next year or the year after. I hope they introduce more like environmental challenges again and less combat. I enjoyed stealth in the reboot games. Definitely, it was very cool, especially in Shadow, where you could like cover yourself in mud. Reminded me a bit of Metal Gear Solid, even though Metal Gear Solid was like way ahead of its time back then and did it better. But that's Kojima, so we don't want to have that standard cast upon Crystal Dynamics.
I enjoyed some of the optional tombs, quote unquote, the puzzle challenges across the most recent trilogy. Like, I know they're not quite the same as the more elaborate puzzles that are spread out across multiple areas from these games, but while they kind of cordoned them off, I felt like some of them did interesting things with like using water mechanics and challenging you to look across different sections of an area to put something together over time.
Yeah, they were definitely more physics-based with the later games, especially with the Legend trilogy. The reboot took that down a tiny bit, but it was quintessentially the same, that you had physics to solve puzzles.
Right. You're right.
And I mean, I don't think that puzzles in the classic Tomb Raider games are necessarily hard. Some of them are just not explained at all. You just have to guess what switch you have to pull. Some stuff in this game is definitely not explained. It wasn't in the previous games. So, yeah, it's just the fact. I think what people don't really like about the reboots is that Lara is explaining everything, like the solution immediately, like almost immediately. Like you don't get the time to think, and that's a bit sad because Tomb Raider games were always about exploration. And speaking of exploration, we are exploring this cutscene that I forgot to skip, but we saw Lara knocking out a chef. I'm like,
we got to explore the intricacies of bashing a cook
using a crowbar as a weapon.
Using a crowbar,
defenseless fragment.
Yeah, this is absolutely not explained, by the way. If you don't pick up the crowbar, you just end up here and you get knocked out by the cook or, discovered, and that's basically game over. And it also isn't explained that you have to walk to the cook and then press the action button. So for casuals in the OG Chronicles, with the tiny bit of internet that existed back then, a huge task, in my opinion.
And like if you don't walk, then the chef will notice you and then chase you with his knife immediately.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, intruder, I need to defend myself. A true pacifist, yeah. And you can basically, I think you're pretty much soft lock. I think in some instances you can go back up again, but sometimes he's still on you.
To reset him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it can definitely be messed up. But the strat there is to go back up, and then he suddenly forgets your existence, and you can go down and do the thing again. But not always.
Not always. It's like sometimes he has good memory, and sometimes he just forgets what just happened.
Hey, that's true of all of us, I would say.
Yeah, it's basically.
I can't remember what happened 5 minutes after I see someone.
I mean, it's basically when you go into a room and you immediately forget, wait, why did I go into this room? What did I want to do here?
The Sims reaction, yep. But yeah, obviously in the speedrun, that's not an issue. We know what we're doing.
Most of the time. My biggest fear is forgetting a secret, to be honest. But we should be fine.
Very easy.
Oh yeah, very easy to forget a secret. But we have the third secret of this level, so we're.
This is one that I would forget constantly.
No, I will never forget this.
As well.
Because I'm always like, okay, third secret, and it's the third opening and event, pretty much. That's my cue. So yeah, if you want to learn the speedrun, you can make up cool little strats like that. Like, oh, third. It's the third vent, so it's the third secret. Don't forget it.
Also, shout out to the secret models, by the way. The golden roses.
Beautiful. Best. I mean, okay, I wouldn't say best secrets. I think they're on par with Tomb Raider 2. The secrets in this game work just like Tomb Raider 2, where you had specific items that you pick up. Just with the difference that when you pick up all the items in a level, in Tomb Raider 2, you got extra items or extra weapons, and in Chronicles you don't get anything. However, in OG, I believe, if you collected every secret, you got a little teaser for Angel of Darkness, which was the next gen game for the PS2.
So that was pretty exciting, yeah.
Yeah, and some artwork.
So that's something. That's not.
And then eventually you had Angel
Beautiful
of Darkness in your
golden
hands,
roses.
and that was less exciting.
Yeah. I was thinking if I talk negatively.
No.
I was thinking if I talk negatively about Angel of Darkness. I mean, a lot of people in the community love that game. Like, they absolutely adore that game. I have to say, when I played the remastered version, it is mostly fixed. It could be better. Definitely, don't get me wrong, but I think the game needs a remake if it really wants to get better. Like, you can only do so much with a remaster, but they did a great job of improving it. And I have to say, I enjoyed my playthrough of the remaster of Angel of Darkness. It's also way more accessible. All of the remasters are way more accessible.
Speaking of accessible, for a variety of reasons, if you are interested, if you are enjoying this run or love this series and wanted to check out these remasters, I know at least the 4, 5, 6 remaster is on sale right now on Steam.
Ooh. I don't know if the whole collection, because there's a whole collection as well. So basically Tomb Raider 1 to 6 remastered, which is just, you get both games in a bundle. Maybe that's on sale too. I mean, I will definitely, and I think everyone in here can recommend these games. I think the standard of this remaster is my new standard for remasters, definitely. because you can also change graphics on the fly, which I hope doesn't break on stream right now, because sometimes the old graphics cause some tearing issues. So I will turn it off again. But yeah, if you prefer the old graphics, but you want to have all the accessibility and all the quality of life changes from the remasters, then you can just play with the old graphics. No one's keeping you from it, basically.
Yeah. These sorts of
there are some
things.
small details that I'm sorry. There are some small details they have added, like in the OG games, you could not sprint upstairs. In these games, you can go sprinting up the stairs.
Yeah.
There are very small things, intricacies that are very interesting, and there is a lot of work in some of the details. That's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, and there's also like compatibility, like getting OG Chronicles to run can
Oh
be
my
such
gosh.
a
I
nightmare.
believe it.
Yeah.
On certain, so just being able to be like, oh, I have this game, and you click on new game and it runs and it doesn't crash and it doesn't have a panic attack and
Yes.
your PC doesn't start
Yeah.
sweating. You know, that's a really nice feature. I like that.
Yeah, Chronicles is infamous for
Crashing.
killing some PCs in the process.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to get a very dangerous secret here, which we will do with a sequence break, because we are supposed to backtrack here after you turn off the electricity. Spoiler, we're going to turn off the electricity. But yeah, we don't have time for that, so we're going to do it here, which also makes this level sometimes somewhat hard with your health. Like, you need to preserve your health pretty well, but you also want to be fast. So we're going to send Lara through the current here again and hope that she's okay with it. I mean, she's just energized now, basically. So she's very strong. She can also withstand that.
I see something in chat being described as the nervous bar from when you were diving earlier.
Yeah,
Is that
I
an
wanted
oxygen
to...
meter?
It's basically, in the last level, Lara has a nervous bar under the oxygen. Well, she has a tank, like, in the suit. And so they added a bar called the nervous bar. Yeah, that was the red bar under it. And basically, if you hit a wall, or if you get hit by any of the torpedoes from the... How do you call them? Like, from the submarines, I guess, from the little submarines.
Yeah.
Then that nervous bar goes up because Lara is stressed suddenly. Nothing stresses her out in the whole franchise, but some rockets being shot at her suddenly stress her out while she's underwater. So yeah, that's the nervous bar, and if that one is filled up, it causes Lara to breathe heavily, pretty much. So she loses more oxygen, and if you run out of oxygen, she will lose health.
Right.
I didn't know about that until I played the remaster, because that bar did not exist in OG. So I was always wondering, why am I losing more oxygen than usual? Like, why am I out of oxygen suddenly? And with the remaster, I suddenly figured out, oh, that's a whole mechanic that the game absolutely didn't tell you about.
It's the reason why she has those chaff flares, because you're supposed to throw them and divert the submarines away from you.
The decoys,
So
yeah.
they follow those, yes. They act as decoys, but they had no use in the OG game, but I guess now they are useful.
Got it. Well, we do also,
Especially
if you
if
are
you wanna get
watching, if you're watching live with us, you'll also notice that there is a poll in the chat about which is your favorite from amongst this second half of the remastered collection. Currently leading is Angel of Darkness.
See? Mentioned it
Yep,
earlier.
The enjoyers are here in chat.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Last Revelation enjoyers, rise up.
I voted for 4.
So we picked up the best weapon in Tomb Raider games, which is the Desert Eagle. Because we can preserve some health. Usually you want to keep it risky here, but I would like to finish this run and finish this level. So I picked up an extra mat, and I knocked out one of the guys here. Because that ladder here can be very dangerous. It's the ladder of death, essentially. Also a little difference. Oh, wait. I already shot that. Never mind. I was in the past there for a second. Also a difference to the any % run here, where you wouldn't go for the secrets, You have to backtrack to this area where we turned off the electricity, because we got a key from a guy down there. That's why we had to get the deagle, or at least I like to get the deagle because it gets rid of the guy very quickly. And yeah, we have the last secrets of the Russian section here and also of this level.
Nice.
So now we're good to go. And I believe we have a break coming up.
Yeah. Since on longer breaks we do, or on longer runs, we do like to take a wellness break to encourage people to take care of themselves. If you're posted up at your screen, whether you are speedrunning or watching, we want you to make sure you take care of yourselves. So when we finish this level, we'll be doing a brief break to make sure that you can get up, stretch, get a snack if you need to, make sure you hydrate, all that good stuff. But before we do, somebody in chat who should know a thing or two about the Tomb Raider series, being that is part of something they are employed to do, recognized one, that yes, people love their Angel of Darkness, but also asked me to ask why people love Curtis.
Well, that's a good question. Okay,
So
we
chat,
have.
if you want to take that upon yourselves.
Okay, after this loading screen, I'm going to pause, and we can also pause the timer.
Okay,
Which is-
very good. So we've got the timer paused. Thank you so much for tuning in for Out of the Box so far. I hope you are enjoying Tomb Raider Chronicles Remastered. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to take care of yourself and your friends and those around you, and come right on back for more speedrunning fun. Hello and welcome back to Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Atitri, and we are here with Mello in the middle of a run of Tomb Raider 5 or Tomb Raider Chronicles Remastered. We just escaped a sinking submarine and I think ended the Russia section. So Mello, where are we now?
We are now in Ireland, or basically in the Ireland story. So we're playing a young version of Lara. It's basically her second adventure in the classic canon. And that's being told by the priest that was mentioned earlier by Midi, her best friend, the priest, who was on this island. And Lara basically snuck onto a boat because she can't resist an adventure, even at that young age. And so now we're on a spooky island, which is a bit late for Halloween, a bit late for October, but we're going to pretend. Yeah. So I can give a countdown. I'll unpause the game, and then we
Let's
can
do it.
continue the timer. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and start.
Good luck again, Mello. You got this.
Sequence break right at the start. Normally you would have to shimmy across, and okay, that's great.
That was a different
That's
kind of break. We don't recommend that in speedrunning.
That hasn't happened in practice like ever. Oh my god. Okay.
This is a very difficult little thing.
Okay. Now
Nice.
I hit the slope. Usually it's not too hard to hit that, but well.
But you got to show off in action the
Yeah.
the benefits of improved autosaving.
Yes, that's why I did that, and not because I failed this.
Right.
That was definitely on purpose. I just wanted everybody to see it.
You were the one who had to put a point on that there. I was helping you sell, and yet.
I mean, I can own my mistakes.
That's fair. I appreciate it.
It's part of the process, Someone very dear to me once said something similar, like, you have to be bad before you get good. That's basically the PG version. And that person that laughed the first is the one that said it.
Yeah. Or to use a pop culture reference, if people know Adventure Time and Jake the dog, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something.
Okay, yeah. I guess I didn't have to avoid saying sucking on GDQ, but...
Oh, no goodness, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, here's me trying to be PG friendly, but I don't have to. Appreciate
Sometimes
it.
things stink, and sometimes those things are your first couple of speed runs. But that just means you have a baseline to improve off of.
Yeah, exactly. And
True.
to be very honest with you, I have the absolute best time in a speed run when I'm starting out and I see those minutes of time save coming in. Like it just feels
it's a great
amazing.
feeling. You're right.
Once you're at that threshold where you're like, yay, I saved 2 frames.
Right.
It becomes a bit,
Yeah. Once you look at your live split and you start feeling like, all right, This run was still like, this run felt great, and then you look at your live split and half of the splits were red. It's like, oh, I'm technically still improving, but how much more can I do?
And also the times where you think, oh my god, I absolutely screwed up that segment, and then you see gold. Okay, how did that happen? How bad was my split before?
Now I have to go watch video to see what I did right, because it didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I guess I can do it better than I thought.
The perils of speedrunning.
There's no way I could PB this run. Wait, how did I PB?
Yeah.
Or the opposite. It's still good. It can still PB. I'm not wasting another 30 minutes of my time just because I don't feel like resetting right now. But granted, no time
literally
spent
me.
practicing speedrunning is wasting. You know, you're still getting the reps in. You're learning how to do things. You're getting more familiar with the controls. You know, you were talking earlier about some of the controls being very finicky with the modern movement. So that's something that even if you ran the classic version of this game, you'd have to learn new muscle memory, which can arguably be more difficult to be familiar with and comfortable with this version of the run.
Definitely. That was like the biggest issue at the start, that you fight your muscle memory. I basically play Tomb Raider only with modern controls now, even casually, because I like them a lot. If you would have asked me that question right when Tomb Raider 1 to 3 Remastered came out, I would have, if you would have told me, hey, I'm playing the remasters in modern controls, I would have questioned your sanity, because I thought they were horrible. But then I was just fighting my muscle memory by a lot. Like, I guess
Especially
nostalgia.
if you're a tank runner before. Yeah.
They are
It's
a
harder
tough
to get into.
swallow at first.
But to be fair, the first patch of 1 to 3, the camera was very finicky and it was not good to run on modern. So
Yeah, I remember playing the modern controls on, like, I think first or second patch and thinking, oh my goodness, what is going on here? And yeah, they really, as they patched up for the first for 1 to 3 remaster, when they got to 4 to 6, they really they really improved their methodology around making the modern controls work. So that's really good.
Which is a good time, because especially here during this segment, you usually in the original you have a lot of camera. Don't have any like forced cameras here anymore, because they would lead you to run into the complete opposite direction, because these controls are camera related. So we had to take a little detour here. I'm gonna try to heal. Okay. I am at full health because I need to be somewhat at full health for this, because we're gonna basically skip a little cutscene that we could skip anyways, but doing it this way is faster nonetheless. We will have the most controversial strat coming up. She is pulling up on an actual platform. It's just not textured. So yes, that is still glitchless. And on the way back, you will also see something where you would question the glitchless part of this run. But believe me, it is still glitchless. So we go back here. I like to grab you to make it safer. This doesn't have collision. So we're fine. It doesn't have collision. Yeah. So it's not a glitch. It is glitchless because it's just an oversight by the devs. And it hasn't been fixed in a remaster. I would have believed that would happen. Okay, I'll try something here with modern controls. Nice. You can curve around. Nice. I have discovered this recently. I don't know if anyone has discovered it before. I was very dumbfounded pretty much when I saw it, because I thought, how did I not see that before, that you can just curve around with modern controls? Because normally, Kishi wants to go forward. Normally, you have to roll off the edge, and you hit a platform underneath you, and then from there you can jump up to the next block again, because there's a low ceiling, so you cannot just jump to the next block. But yeah, with modern controls, we can bypass that. We can just curve around and save a little bit of time. Probably gonna be like a second at max. And yeah, I think that was the last secret.
Nice.
For this level.
Good to go.
Yeah, so we can just finish the level.
I was just thinking about the Tomb Raider, like the classic Tomb Raider games, are actually very good about if there's collision, usually you can't really go through it like with other games. Like there are exceptions, but one of the things that in glitch runs we use is corner bugs, and that's because if you are inside of collision in this game, it pushes you out, it pushes you on top. So there's like very few instances, I think, where collision, where like if you can go there and grab onto something and climb up, usually it's glitchless, even if it's untextured. Don't know if anyone else agrees with me.
No, I agree. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a reason for why the decision was made that it was glitchless, and we have a few instances of this, and yeah, but it is only a few, like a handful of them. So
Yeah, definitely
Like, there
the
are-
easiest way to spot a glitch is like going through collision. Because
Yeah,
we
like
have
there
the
are-
technical knowledge, we have technical knowledge to know what is a glitch or not most of the time. But other than that, you can say that the glitchless rule set is a very gray area one. Like a lot of times we have resorted to community votes, deliberating, giving arguments. It's in the eye of the beholder sometimes, but it's a restricted rule set in a way because we sometimes decide what should be included or not if something is very divisive and not clearly a glitch or not.
So what we just saw is me failing about 6 times. But in the end, it still saves time compared to the intended way you would do. You would have to shimmy around, much like at the start of this section, the start of Island. Okay, I'm just gonna crawl through it. Yeah, but this skip can be very finicky. I swear it has its own life. I sometimes don't fully understand it. Oh. Okay. And the reason why I'm like kind of jumping around that square there at the entrance is you would spawn some enemies. I think they're called imps. And they would throw rocks at you. And yeah, that can take quite the health from you. So we don't want that. And it's also a cutscene we have to skip. So it's just easier to bypass that trigger because it's only on that square. And you can basically just jump over it to the side of it. We have another sequence break here for a secret, which hopefully I'll get first try. You are in a
secret.
You are in a current here, but if you go left early enough into the wall,
Hey.
you can bypass the current.
Nice.
And then you can get the secret. Normally, you would have to basically get to the end of the level and then backtrack here, which takes a bit longer. Like we can just grab it on the way.
That's very reminiscent of like things that people might have seen in classic 2D SNES platformers in areas with water with currents. You always wanted to try to see if you could fight against the current or you know, clip yourself into a corner in a way such that you could get around. And it's fun to see that this game actually has something like that.
And here we have the best mechanic in this game. We have Ariel, if it wasn't Disney, kinda.
good God.
Yeah, and like she's chasing Lara. We get a silver coin. We throw that silver coin into the cage. We will skip that cutscene, but basically, yeah, Lara at young age was already a menace because she sees a monster. I mean, she sees a monster. Okay, she wants to defend herself, but basically, what happens? The imps that we didn't really see because we skipped all the cutscenes. They see that monster in the cage, and then they have a dinner for tonight. That's all I'm saying. They have a little snack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, snacking while speedrunning is a rare treat. So if you get the opportunity, why wouldn't you?
Yes. I mean, yeah, they also want to eat. They have to endure me resetting several times. So.
Wouldn't it
Stella
be
calls
cool
the
to
hag
have...
Dark Ariel.
Dark Ariel.
Yes, this
my
is
God.
after
Cool to,
the
like-
after the copyright lapses and people start doing their twisted versions. As they
Oh,
have
right,
with,
yeah.
Steamboat
With Winnie
Willie or-
Pooh and
Exactly.
yes.
Yes.
And Mickey, the original version
Steamboat
of Mickey
Willie,
Mouse. Yeah, right, you said it, yeah. Okay, we have something
You know
else
that part
here.
where you fight the current and so that part that we saw, wouldn't it be cool to like have Lara kind of like swimming through that corner as like an image and then like the caption being like fight against the current as like a t-shirt? Like that'd be
I mean,
Wow.
that would be beautiful merch, definitely.
yeah.
Little sequence break. We can just
That was
bypass.
very smooth.
It's beautiful and modern. I have to say it. Normally, the thing, a little trivia about this level. Normally, you could do this right from the start and basically skip the entire level. However, a specific developer that I'm not gonna name right now loves Chronicles, and they wanted us to play as much Chronicles as we can. So they put an invisible block that only disappears once you basically did the whole level. So you cannot skip that entire level anymore. We are in New York now. That's our last segment, pretty much. And it's a pretty long segment, especially when you collect all the secrets. I'll try to have good sequences here that allows me to bypass all of the lasers while still being somewhat fast.
I believe in you.
We can wait for a second here. Let's roll. Let's quickly get under here. Okay. Skip that. We can roll off forward, which is a very nice move that was only in Chronicles, even though it didn't have a lot of crawl spaces. But for the remaster, they implemented this move into basically all of the games. So here, I'm gonna save, but maybe I'll pull it off. Nice. Okay, you can skip that laser. And that also
Very smooth.
puts you in a nice spot for this sequence because the laser conveniently disappears, so we can just go back. That went very well this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can immediately see how the difficulty ramps up because it's like suddenly lasers jumping over death traps and everything, and before it was like so way more chill.
You have basically two ways here. You can go to that area of the spin into the other vent and get a hammer. But if you do that, you activate lasers here, which makes it even harder. And also, that's the slower way. We don't want to do the slower way. So we're not going to play stealth. We're going to shoot here. That will cause the vent to just crash for some reason. And now we're basically through here. And hopefully get a good cycle. Ooh. Okay, it's not a really good cycle. I'm gonna save, and we're gonna see if I die or not. Okay, half
It's
health.
fine. We weren't
that's
using
so
that
fine.
leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't need that.
Need
We don't need
anyway.
it. She's just regrowing
That's
them.
fine.
Half health is okay. I mean, I'm gonna get a safety med anyways. Hey, we wait for the guy here. He didn't see it coming, literally.
I'd have been very impressed
feel
if he
like
did.
this-
let's
You
be
have
honest.
stealth.
Yeah,
Still,
stealth. Yeah, actually, you
We're-
have
we're
stealth
wearing
mechanics.
Black. That's the traditional stealth presentation. What else do you need?
the cat suit.
Right.
Cat
We've
suit
got the
is
goggles. We've got
lovely.
the cat suit. Yeah, very stealthy.
I just noticed that her boots are a slightly darker black than the rest of her.
I do prefer the glossiness of the OG. I mean, look at it.
No.
It's yeah.
No.
And also it covers
London
everything.
outfit forever
The London catsuit is all right.
is way better.
I mean, yeah, it looks better. Also, I
Yeah,
believe
there's a lot of
So-
stuff that crashes in this building.
yeah. Because we have elevators here that are kind of like teleports. I'm probably wrong. If a certain developer is in chat right now, he will probably curse at me and be like, "Those are not teleports. It works
Not
like
how
that.
this works. Don't
It's
explain
not
the
how this
mechanics
works."
wrong.
Yes.
Very good.
If it works, it works.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. But if in the original you saved in those elevators and you reloaded in those elevators, say goodbye to your game because you can basically restart, I think.
Oh dear.
If that's your only save. Which brings us to the next thing. Always have different save games if you play Tomb Raider, classic Tomb Raider games. Don't soft lock yourself.
Yeah, just don't. If you play Chronicles for the very first time, please play the remaster.
Yeah, you will have an
Just
infinite better
tip.
experience.
Yes, because this part of OG Chronicles is very buggy.
And stressful.
Yeah.
Well, friends
And you
out there
don't want both.
watching,
Because it's buggy.
if you're enjoying the combination of very informative and also playfully contentious banter we have going on here, and you're looking forward to more runs like that, you can check out the week's schedule and explore the full season roster at gdq.gg/hotfix.
That weird. I'll see what I can find.
I do want to say that we're very fortunate to have a, I would say, very curious and also skilled community. So we know a lot about the OG games. Because Mello keeps mentioning the dev of the remaster, who is also part of our community. But yeah, we actually know a lot about these games, and there are instances of situations where we're just like, okay, how does that work? But they are few, in my opinion. I would say Tier 4 is still an enigma, but the rest of the games...
Everyone looking at Tier 4, find them.
Yes.
Keep your
Yeah.
secrets.
There are moments in Tomb Raider 4 where you're just kind of like, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I guess. I guess.
Well, we know why everything works, though, I have to say.
So, little explanation here. There was like a security guy, basically, who has to activate a door with us. I'm gonna do it safe here. I want to preserve my health to bring this run home because, as we mentioned, it can be very stressful. You can run through this and heal with a full mat, but yeah, you have to sacrifice a mat. And if the RNG is not treating you well, if the RNG gods are not on your side, you can actually basically softlock yourself at the end because you are running out of mats and the enemies don't really like you. So yeah, we had to shoot that guy, which is one of my favorite, basically random guy number one in the game. Because when you get close to him, he says, "Don't shoot," and then he like ducks down. And you have to keep aiming at him to actually progress. And that's also something that the game doesn't really explain you. You just kind of have to find out. But we had to shoot him here to unlock a different path. And that different path contains secrets. So the game dev's incentive for a secret is you just killing someone. I just want to state that.
I was just thinking about how different this part of the game is when you're not on fire and constantly healing, like in the OG.
Oh, yeah. In the glitched OG run, you're constantly on fire because you bypass lasers, and I believe some cutscenes as well. And what we saw here, because I put in a code, that code is not randomized, even though I would have wished in a remaster that code would be randomized. So we can just memorize the code and then, normally you would have to do a kind of stealth section because you're out of weapons, where you pick up chloroform and you knock people out. Okay, let me get that. Nice. Okay, that's a little faster way to get the secret here. And while we're going up here, I can finish my thought. Yeah, basically that section before, or this level in general, can be done completely on stealth almost. There's also an achievement for it to do it on stealth. And you have to do it to get that code. You get it in an office. But however, that code is not randomized. So looking at you, random Tomb Raider dev that I'm not mentioning. Yeah, so we can just memorize codes. We have a second code coming up later that actually, with the ability of skipping cutscenes, we don't even have to memorize it because we can simply just run through a door. Nice. It's very hilarious. In the OG, you have to kind of wait.
Well, hey, if you can't wait, I want to remind you that Awesome Games 2020 Done Quick 2026 is coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania very soon. That's January 4th to the 10th will be here before you know it, but registration is still open, so be sure to register if you want to experience the event in person. Visit gdq.gg for more information.
I would like to, but sadly, I'm not on the right continent for that.
Understandable. Travel is a considerable endeavor right now.
Yeah, it's literally an ocean apart.
True. Well, we'd love to have you join us someday.
I'm actually. It is one of my goals. It's one of my dreams to eventually be there.
Nice.
And run live. Oh my gosh.
That too, certainly.
Also, I want to say there was no tier 4 hate.
No, I agree.
There was no tier 4
I tried to stand up for you as well.
I think there's the most to discover still with tier 4. I think that's
love
also
tier-
due to the fact that it's the longest game out of the classics.
I adore tier 4, but sometimes things happen in it, and I'm confused as to why.
Oh, see, I thought that sentence was going to end. I love TR4, but sometimes
But-
TR4 doesn't love me back.
I mean,
That's very true too.
That is very
that's
true.
very true for the whole Tomb Raider franchise.
There.
True.
Also,
I was also
what I didn't do. Okay, he almost got me there.
You're good.
What I didn't
Lift.
what I didn't get to explain is we had a little sequence break in the elevator shaft where we just bypassed a tightrope. Thank God we bypassed the tightrope. Basically, I think we go. It's not an incinerator, but there is fire involved in some random vents. I don't know why there is fire involved, but yeah, I just call it the incinerator. We try a little stretch here. Nice. We have to, sadly, we have to wait for that sniper that is, by the way, if you look around in this room, nowhere to be seen. And he's in every angle ever, so he's a ghost sniper. We have to rely on him, sadly, to shoot a fire extinguisher, which blasts a hole through a wall. It really
Totally makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Feels Chronicles.
Fields Chronicles, man. Yes, that's a meme in the community. Basically created by Red because she had a very fun time playing Tomb Raider Chronicles. A lot of emotes and memes. I'm always saying she secretly loves that game because half of her memes seem to be from Chronicles and like half of the emotes seem to be from Chronicles.
I don't know how that happened.
For good or for ill, it was a very memorable experience.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of
Also,
the
this
games of all time.
Exactly.
Definitely.
By the way, we had to walk
Many
for a
people-
few steps because Zip, the guy in our ear, which some people might recognize from the Legend trilogy, that's what Crystal Dynamics basically took from Chronicles, and also in the newest animated series. By the way, the second season is coming out. I hope that's not a hidden ad. If so, strike that. I know we're live, but strike that.
You're allowed to talk
is-
about the series you're excited for.
I am excited about season 2 of that Tomb Raider animated show. Zip is also back there, so they're gonna continue on like using him again. We can hear him right now. Actually, one of the few times where we can actually hear him. And this is the part where I'm talking about. You would have to watch that guy put in the code with your glasses because you can zoom in with your glasses. Very, very futuristic of Lara. But we don't have to do it because we can skip that cutscene so we can move earlier than the game wants us to. And then we can just run through the door because that guy opens the door one time because he wants to go through. There, we have a little time save here as well. And
Yay,
yeah.
we get our guns.
Yeah, we
back.
did this whole level basically just to bypass this, which is honestly peak Tomb Raider. I really love the Tomb Raider levels where you see basically your goal right at the start, but you can't get to it yet.
Yes.
You have to do
take
like
absolutely the most circuitous route possible.
yes, yeah.
And all the people running glitched.
All the people running glitched.
I'm on fire. Ha ha ha.
Okay, I'm gonna try a little sequence here, which involves 2 running jumps. Okay. Sadly not. But
Nice.
we can grab here, so we can go into that space. Normally you would have to grab these broken stairs and climb down. We're gonna wait here for a second because we don't want to get hit by that. We can twist here. We know that this is gonna fall apart. And then we're gonna kick in a random wall that was never there in the games before. And once again, it doesn't tell you anything about it. We're gonna wait.
Not
here for
explained
it.
at all.
It's not explained. We're gonna wait for a second.
Would that be an appropriate
We
time to
gotta-
say Fields Chronicles, man?
Fields Chronicles, man.
Absolutely.
this-
Absolutely.
This here right now feels mellow, man, because I can absolutely, for the life of me, okay, not get this trapdoor. I wanted
This chapter
to,
is very specific.
I wanted to wait for like a second to not run into this guy, but
I see.
yeah. So now we ran into him, but it's okay. Yeah, I also got the feeling this is not quite what it seems, Laura.
Everyone's favorite part.
Yeah, we have lasers. They have a long cycle or a short cycle. So also entirely RNG. That was a short cycle, by the way. Okay. So we're through here. And yeah, we have to shoot that valve to get the steam out so we can see the lasers, actually. And that guy didn't see it coming. But we know he's here, so... yeah, and now we have shooting range. Shooting range is a nice section if you only do shooting range 1. But we have to do 2 of them for a secret, and the second one is absolutely atrocious. Let me tell you that.
Well, good luck.
Okay,
It's lovely.
so we heard it. We heard the door opening. And also this room filled with poison, which is
geez.
new in the... I mean, not new in the remaster, but you get a poison effect, which screws up your vision a bit. So I will do my absolute best to do this first try.
Good luck. And hey, while we were talking earlier about things that people didn't see coming, you may not have heard of an upcoming event. GDQ is hosting its very first Disability and Neurodivergent Special on November 29th and 30th. The event celebrates speedrunners who identify as disabled or neurodivergent in any way that is meaningful to them. If you'd like to apply to run, applications are open now through November the 9th. Type !DND in the chat for the link to apply.
No. Okay, yeah. I had trouble with this earlier in practice because it's like you are spot on pretty much, but the game disagrees because you have that poison.
Right.
And that was too slow. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while. That's okay. Maybe we can answer that Curtis question.
Right. Yes.
Right,
Chet had some
coming
very
back to
colorful
that.
theories. Speaking of identities, I think somebody
Yeah,
made the
the-
idea, pitched the idea that it was because the identity of a goth is not just a temporary one, and that if Curtis was the one who taught you how to be that way, then I could see the keeping that flame burning.
Yeah, we're not really lucky here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like these shots, it looks like you are hitting, but actually the shots like kind of stray from the target. You can
Because
sometimes
of
see
vision effect.
Yeah, here. I was on twice, but the game disagreed. Yeah, I don't know. I have to lock it in
Yeah, no
and
problem.
somehow get this.
Maybe happened because of the poison.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what I'm suspecting because the shots are not really hitting. Okay. Yeah. So, like you saw the bullets actually missing, even though the
target explodes.
I mean, you
yeah.
can slightly
the markers
hear them.
yeah you can hear them as well. Okay. Let's see.
There we go.
Okay.
There we
Hey.
Oh, first try.
First try. Whoa. Wow. That's the first time it ever happened. First try. That was amazing.
And on that note of celebration, I would also like to thank everyone for supporting Games Done Quick with subscriptions, gift subs, bits cheered, and your continued viewership, because all of those contributions are the reason why we can do what we do. So if you're enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to the chat during replays after our live programming each evening. You can also always support the stream by continuing to watch or by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends.
Okay, because I lost some time here, I'm gonna try something risky actually now.
Let's do it.
Or like slightly more risky. Okay, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
Got it.
You can get closer. By the way, in the OG, you can barely see that you can grab the sledge. That's why they changed this. Okay, and I believe, I'm gonna save. We have two guys here. One of them will usually hit you. Okay, it's not enough, so I have to
So
heal.
I did.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. We have to improvise.
Abort.
Abort.
Oh,
I was
Easy.
I was
Easy snipe.
easy.
Streamer, why
Okay, I
didn't you
just
just do
wanted
that the
to-
first time?
I know, right?
See, I wasn't aware that I'm out of big mats. So
Got it.
yeah. But obviously, I just wanted to showcase how you can save certain situations in this game, which makes it very beginner friendly. It's like this run is literally Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong goes wrong. But we get to see the duality of what is a Tomb Raider speedrun. There are certainly other games, other speedruns where you can't come back from this and you would have to reset. So you don't have to do that here. You can just save and then you can just redo it 20 times. Okay, we get a good swing here at least. So I'm gonna get my weapon back because usually you have an enemy coming up here that you can ignore if you have enough mats, but as we just realized, we don't have enough mats right now. So we're gonna go to stealth option. He also didn't see it coming. I'm gonna hit that box to preserve more health.
At least you have some backups here.
Yeah. I wanted to show the backups, KTC. You don't have
spoiled
to.
it.
You don't have to spoil it.
Also,
oh no, the surprise is ruined.
Can I ask?
Yes.
I'm an unsuspecting viewer. What the heck are we even doing in this building?
We are getting an artifact back from Croy, which is the former mentor of Lara, where she basically learned everything from. And he has this building or this company called BCI, Von Croy Industries. And he has the iris here that we picked up in an earlier level in this section. And basically that's a bit of backstory from Tier 4, where young Lara and Von Croy were on a trip together and they found the iris. And Lara basically told Von Croy, he's supposed to be the more experienced one, hey, we shouldn't do that because there's a text, an ancient text that says, we shouldn't grab that because something bad will happen. And
There's an
then
ancient text that says, "We're not your parents, but we don't recommend it."
Do not try this at home.
do not try this at home. Yes.
Unlike speedrunning,
that's
which you
very
should try at
important.
home.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Or at
You could do
GDQ.
speedrunning.
True.
Yeah. You could also do speedrunning at the park if you have a laptop.
Yes.
You can speedrun everywhere today.
Yep. And if you are a black runner, you can also speedrun with Back to Black, GDQ's all-black charity speedrunning event supporting Race Forward, which goes live February 5th to 8th and is currently accepting submissions for both runners and volunteers. You can go to gdq.gg/submit to submit your runs and learn more about the event and the community at gdq.gg/BAF.
You should definitely do that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a wonderful community. Anything that I can do to help gas them up, they are just the most passionate and supportive people in like any speedrunning community that I know of. I know individual runner and game and series communities. Like you've had nothing but good things to say about the Tomb Raider community, and I don't doubt that in the slightest. But that community in particular is just like they want to see each other succeed in everything that they do, and it's super wholesome and encouraging to see.
I mean, that's what it should be all about. Kind of
That's
like
true. That's true.
bringing the time of a speedrun like down together. It's like usually when we have these showcases, when we can represent our community and also the franchise, the speedruns, the games that we basically grew up with. I mean, they're also dear to our heart. I would say we usually also kind of appear as a team. Like, that's why it's also always very important to me to have several people from the community here. They can all explain their experiences. It makes me less nervous when people are here.
Definitely, yeah. I think that like for some communities, it's the competitive aspect that pushes them forward, and maybe that's like the runner's mindset as much as anything else. But I think a community does not survive for the long term like the Tomb Raider speedrunning community has without being really collaborative and wanting to see each other succeed and learn more. And like, you know, like you were getting at earlier with Tomb Raider 4 and it being the one you feel like you know the least about collectively, solve those puzzles together. That's really, in a fashion, what it's all about.
Definitely. We definitely have competitiveness. We have more competitive runners. We have more runners that take it a bit chill, and that's ultimately like your own decision. That's what's good about speedrunning. I've mentioned this a few times during my practice. Ultimately, speedrunning comes down to what your goal is and not what anyone else's goal is. If you don't want to do a certain strat because you think it's kind of annoying, it's really hard to pull off, don't do it. If you want to run tank controls instead of modern controls, even though it's slower, you can do it. Anything that makes you enjoy the game. That's like the first thing in a speedrun, pretty much. Get a game that you enjoy. And get a game that you enjoy so much where you're sure that you won't hate it afterwards, after resetting 60 times.
Yep, that's a great measuring stick for me. If I can throw away a run, be frustrated as all get out, and be ready to run again in like 10 minutes, that's a game I'll stick with.
That's me with Tomb Raider runs. I can get sometimes very emotional and frustrated at some stuff that happens. But then afterwards, I'm like, I mean, okay, I lost 5 minutes to my PB. But hey, I still
love you.
Yes. You always come back to it. We picked up the last secret, by the way. That guy is not on our way. And now I really hope they are not ruining the end of this run. Get ready to stop the timer when the screen turns black, which is about now.
GG's.
And that was Chronicles.
Well done.
Yeah. A few ups and downs. I don't know what the time was now in the end. I suspected something before like 1 hour 20.
Right about a 122, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. That's good. Based on all the... Here are the friends, yes.
The priest, the butler, and the guy.
And I would say if we still have the time, we can still watch the end of that FMV. Because it's basically what I...
Get in your shoutouts while we go through this. Tell people where they can find you, and what they can watch on your channels, etc.
I'm Mello. My Twitch name is the same, Mello1892. Yes, I was born in 1892. I'm a vampire. Next topic. You can find me on Twitch pretty much. You can find me on Discord in the Tomb Raider community, in the Tomb Raider Discord. You can also find me on the GDQ Discord. That's all about me, I would say. Let's quickly go through the other ones.
Same thing for me, on the Tomb Raider Discord for sure, on Twitch. Whenever someone's streaming Tomb Raider, running Tomb Raider, I'll be around.
Yeah, Nondescript Midnight on Twitch and basically everywhere else. I'm on Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon. I do speedrun and challenge on content.
Yeah, me as well. All the places the others mentioned as well. My username is KDC24. I stream once in every blue moon, but okay. Definitely on the Discord though, and in streams as well.
But when he streams, it's a PB. So
I was going to say, when he streams, it's very special.
That's a way to do it. That's absolutely. Another way,
Yeah,
another
just-
fantastic way to do it, of course, is for showing the fantastic viewers of the Games Done Quick chat on the Hotfix. We thank you very much for bringing your skills and your fun vibes to this run this evening. And of course, as you've seen, rumors of Lara's death were greatly exaggerated. So,
yeah.
hoping for more Lara Croft adventures for many years to come. But that's not all for Out of the Box. When we come back, we're going to have something a little more new school, a this year action RPG fishing adventure with Sea Fantasy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Out of the Box and more Games Done Quick Hotfix. And welcome back to Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is the Tree, and one more round of applause, if you please, for our fantastic previous run of Tomb Raider 5 or Tomb Raider Chronicles Remastered, a game where the story involved people telling their recollections or maybe even their fantasies in some cases of Lara Croft. And speaking of fantasies, it's now time for a fantasy of a different stripe. It is the sea fantasy with our friend Mikan's Box and friends Rod Ocean and Axel Brave. So Mikan, tell us a little bit more.
That's not the name of the game. That's not the subtitle of the game. It would be really funny if it was, though, actually.
True.
Wait, can we petition that? We should petition that.
We're doing it right now.
We're going to ask John C. Fantasy if they'll rename the game for us. Hi, everyone. I'm Mikan. I'm playing Sea Fantasy today. This is a fishing RPG where you got to save the world with fishing because... well, I mean, how else would you do it?
Honestly, one of my favorite ways to even conceive of saving the world, so I'm here for it.
That's right. I'm here with my friend Kedjum, who's the connoisseur of fish facts. Hello.
Hi, I'm Kedjum. I have run this game some also, but on an easier route than Mikan does. So I also do some running of all fish. She's only going to catch like 22 of them.
We're not getting many.
There are 140 in the game, so yeah, should be a good time.
We're not getting that many fish.
And yes, I have fish facts.
I'm going to start any time because we're going to be here for like an hour and 15 minutes or so.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, we can start in 3, 2, 1, fish.
Good luck, have fish.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone, good luck, have fish. So like I said, this is a fishing RPG. There's the battles are fishing. They're like timed fishing games that you might be familiar with from other video games, but there's like a whole stat system. Like there's attack and defense and all that stuff, and there's a funky little story to go along with it. We're gonna play. This is Rod Ocean. This is our main character, and his goofy smile is always gonna be in the top left corner of your screen. So make sure you're always looking at Rod's silly face up there. I say always, but it's not.
Honestly, if I didn't know we were doing an indie action RPG, that would be like a prime 80s action hero name. Rod Ocean.
Rod Ocean. Yeah, that's true.
Ocean.
Like he sounds like he could be like a Bond villain or something.
True.
Robert Ocean. All right, that was our fishing tutorial. And now we're gonna skip a lot of cutscenes as we get through the start of the adventure here. That was our friend Axel up there. We'll get into more Axel. He's gonna be with us for quite a while. So here we just kind of start on this is our home island here, and Rod and Axel they want to go on a fishing adventure. Rod and Axel do together, but they gotta fish, right? They gotta fish so they can buy the boat to go to the next island to catch more fish to sell their stuff so they can go to the next. That's their goal. That's their goal anyway, but it doesn't go quite as they plan. We gotta catch a couple fish here because on the third fish here, we catch the catfish, and that's what we gotta do here. Hold on.
More importantly, Rod really likes fishing.
Rod really likes.
You can ask his mother about that one.
We'll ask his mother. Hold on, we gotta talk to him. Hello, Mom. Hello, what would you say to your son, Rod Ocean? Oh, Rod really likes fish. Thanks, Mom. Okay. That's all she says the entire game. That's the only thing Mom says.
Times are tough, and Rod likes fishing.
Rod
RPG
really likes
truisms to last through the ages.
Yeah. So this is our friend Bacchus here. He comes along with the ship. We pay him to take us to the next island. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna catch the fish here, and we're gonna sell their materials, and we're gonna get money to the next island. That's our goal here. So our first objective, we have to catch enough fish to sell to get 128 gold worth of materials. This is like the only like. There are 2 like RNG grind sessions in this game, and this one's like already here right away. Our goal here is to. I should be counting these. I'm not counting these. I got 2 there. The first one I can probably say that was 2. Which it's going to be about 15 materials. You can see on the left when we catch something how many of their little scales or whatever we're getting. We're going to aim to get about 15. And I kind of already lost count, so that's fine. We'll just catch a bunch.
I wasn't counting either.
So friends,
I
while
can
we're
yap
doing
while you
this,
count.
yeah, say if we want to talk a little bit about the actual action mechanic of fishing. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, there are 3 ways that you can take damage while you're fighting the fish. You can either miss the bars entirely, the blue ones or the yellow ones that are shrinking down. If they shrink all the way down to nothing, the fish will hurt you, and that counter in the middle that you see that's counting down, the little chomp timer, they'll damage you there too. Hitting the blue section of the bar does basically whatever your power is as damage. Hitting the yellow piece gives you 3 or 4 times that. There's kind of a range. And in stuff that's not in this run, there's a way to get an ultra critical that will do like 8 or 10 times the amount of damage, but we don't see that at any
Oh,
percent.
I gotta go to the end. Where am I going? First things first, we actually have to sleep. We gotta sleep at the end. Yeah, so that's how we fish. And whenever you get enough experience, which is the blue bar below my health in the top left, you will gain a level up. And when you level up, you'll gain stat points that you can put into 5 different types of abilities, for 5 different little attributes you'll get. We are only going to put points in power this entire run. That's the only worthwhile stat. Because why try to be safe when you can just fish harder?
The other stats do stuff, but in terms of just trying to be strong enough to get through the various fights in the game, you need power to get through it.
So as far as RPG min-maxing, this is like a Fallout game where strength is the one that matters most generally.
Yeah, there's a defense stat. There's a stat called technique that makes it so that it's easier to hit perfects. There's like luck for material drops, but we don't need any of that. We need just power. So what just happened?
You might notice Axel's gone.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna navigate through.
Yeah, you might have noticed Axel's gone. He was eaten by a frog. So now we need to go ask Bacchus for some help to try to get some fish livers to make a potion for the bright dragon that we just met, so it can use its psychic powers to figure out where Axel is.
We're not making any of this up, by the way. This all is very much happening in these cutscenes.
That sure was a lot of RPG exposition you just said.
Yeah, those were a lot of RPG words. No, you're absolutely right. So Bacchus is like, oh crap, this kid just got eaten by a frog under my watch. So we're going to, this is the island of Paddock. There's a guy here named Gwen who we're going to talk to a lot, because you have to come talk to Gwen a whole lot. He's like, hey.
He's got the ships.
He's like
ships. Sid, right?
Yeah, he's got the ships. So we're like, hey, we need a ship to go catch these fish, to get these materials for this elixir, to help heal this big old scary dragon. And he's like, for you, Bacchus, anything. So he gives the kid a ship.
And he says, sir, this is the shipwrights, but you know what? You're a protagonist, so I'll help you out.
Yeah. So we got just a little bit of extra gold when we were fishing on the previous island, so we could stay at the inn here, because we're going to get an ability to warp to inns that we've stayed at later. And we couldn't stay at this inn on our previous trip, so we needed to make a quick stop there because it's faster. And we're going to get to our first boss proper here, after a tiny little detour up here to grab a new fishing rod. It wouldn't be an RPG if there wasn't equipment. So we grabbed the shell rod, and we grabbed some sea worms, which is bait, which are temporary buffs. But we grabbed a couple of them from the ground earlier to make these first couple bosses a little bit easier. This is the fish slime. Fish slime has a little fighting mechanic before you actually do the fishing part. A lot of the bosses are going to have this. They're going to be like a little fight section first, and then there's going to be the actual fishing part after it. Fish slime just shoots these alternating ice spikes at you of varying degrees of effectiveness.
And as we get further in the game, the fish will start to have little gimmicks that mess with your bar. This one doesn't have any, but the next few bosses will, so you'll see what that starts to look like.
Well, that fish slime is decidedly angy.
Oh, yeah. Try to get as many perfects as you can because the amount of damage they do is way better than getting blue bar. But of course, blue bar, much, much safer. Level up.
Yeah, I saw that
All
time you
points of
had the
power.
perfect near the very beginning of the bar. You decided not to go for that one.
Yeah.
Very smoothly done. Very
Yeah,
nice.
if the perfect bar appears on the left, it's a lot quicker to just grab a blue and reset it than to like wait for the thing to go all the way back so you can hit that one perfect. This is going to be the first gimmick fish who's incredibly non-threatening. This is Ball Whale. He's going to put these little bubbles on there, and if the timer on the bubble runs out, I take damage. However, he has such a low amount of health that it doesn't hurt, and he's done already. These first three fights are not that
very
bad.
friend-shaped whale.
Yeah. Oh, he's really good. Ball Whale. The fish designs in this game are absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend everyone try this game. We're going to catch one extra small fish here because we need it. And I'm going to do something really funny looking right here real quick.
Yeah, the reason we need it is this game has a crafting system. You can craft your own hooks and rods. The strength of the hooks that you can craft depends on how many unique fish you've got in your logbook, just like a Pokedex. We have to catch 3 extra fish throughout the run in order to have enough to be able to craft the next level up of hook before we do the final boss.
Yeah. We just barely get enough. It's ridiculous. The amount of what did you say earlier? How many fish are there and how many do we get?
There's 15 mandatory fish. There's up to 4 on that first beach. And then you need 22 to do the level 2 crafting or whatever. So you need 3 extras to get there.
Also, right outside Ball Whale's cave we did earlier, we picked up an item off the ground that lets us teleport, so that's not what we're doing. I also just teleported to the wrong spot. I might do that a lot if I'm trying to talk during it, so expect to see that a lot.
They also changed the order of where the warp points start. At one point, it was like the last inn you stayed at was where it started. Now the cursor always starts in the top left or something, so definitely screwed up some muscle memory there.
Pick up some emergency gold here so we can buy some stuff a little bit later. And now we're going to take our 3 materials to our new friend, Bright Dragon. He's going to help us in exchange for helping him. What a pal, that Bright Dragon. So the main plot is that the Bright Dragon here, he fought some evil dragon, 1,000 years ago, maybe? I think that's what it is. And then he's been here recovering like the whole time, but he's still not recovered. So since we're here, we might as well help him. So we find out that our friend Axel got eaten by a frog and is being held prisoner in the undersea thing here, which is just right next to the city, I guess. Also, there's a submarine in this pond that conveniently is right next to, I don't know. Anyway,
why is the submarine in the pond?
There's a tiny pond here, and now there's a submarine and a whole building down here. Now we're playing a mini game. Now we're playing the submarine mini game. This game has everything, by the way. If you thought you've seen all of what this game has to offer, you are very wrong. It's got Toho sections. It's got submarine sections. We'll get to
there are reasons why the GDQ Games Committee, I think 4 out of the 5 of us had bought a copy of this game by the time
Did you really?
The event rolled around.
That's so awesome.
Speaking of which, this game is also on sale on Steam right now.
Is it? That's great.
The sale ends today, I think, or tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, you can't skip this one. I want to try. All right, so we submarine through, but oh no, watch out! There's a thing anyway. Ah! All right, so we crash our
the
submarine.
underwater fire from the submarine.
Yeah,
Makes
of course.
sense.
Sure, yeah.
So we crash our underwater submarine into the temple here. Blah, 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 blah. We got to save Axel. We're going to pick up this little item here. This is actually the first of a couple outfits we're going to get. It's okay, it's an RPG. They're armor. No, it's an outfit. We're going to equip that just a little bit here. Don't get caught by these things, by the way. This is a little stealth section. Axel's in the prison. We're going through the prison to rescue Axel. But don't get caught by these. It is a really funny cutscene, though. Ooh.
No, you can try the trick later, and
Well, I didn't learn the
That'll
trick.
show it.
I didn't learn the trick later.
oh,
So
okay.
maybe it might be faster to do. Nah, we'll do it later. It'll be funny.
Yeah.
We'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Because up to this point, there's not anything that you wouldn't learn just playing the game normally. So it's the speedrun route is really just play the game but fast.
Yeah. All right, here's the prisoners. We'll find out why people are gathering prisoners later. Well, they're not gathering prisoners. They weren't prisoners until they got put into prison. That's not.
We're going to take all the prisoners, and we're going to group them all together in this other prison.
All right, so we're at that section. We're gonna go fight.
This is the gecko.
This is the gecko. This is the boss here. We're gonna beat it up with Axel. Axel picks up an iron pipe, and we're gonna stand right in front of it and reflect it shots back at it. Because that's what Axel does. He swings things at people.
Axel with the iron pipe. Are we playing Streets of Rage?
Yeah, from downtown. All right, and then we're going to start this boss fight and immediately lose.
Oh.
There's a reason. Because you can get stuck down here, the game gives you the strongest power bait in the game. Right here. Just to make sure you can beat the boss and get out.
Nice.
So that's what we're gonna do. So we put on the outfit we got too, which is the prisoner's clothes. So now Rob's gonna look like a prisoner for a while. And I'm going to totally destroy this boss because I have a power bait that is incredibly strong for this stage of the game. And he's gone. So we fish him up. Axel hits him with the iron pipe. And then we escape back. And Muddy, end quote, now appears in the jungle, I guess. So we get
It's
back
a gecko, but it's a different gecko.
It's a different gecko, yeah. So now Rod and Axel head to the inn, then went to bed. That's it. That's what.
Oh, that sentence used to be a lot longer.
Yeah. They patched the text out of there. So we're gonna bring Axel back to the Bright Dragon now because he wants to see Axel.
Free time save, so we don't have to switch to Japanese.
Yeah. The Japanese texts are so much faster. It's great. Isn't dying also a free heal without losing progress? Yeah, the losing in this game is very, very, very nice to the player. It checkpoints everywhere, and you get most or all of your health back if you lose, especially to a boss. You get like all your health back if you lose to a boss. It's pretty generous. It's very generous.
Yeah, the only concern, at least as far as speedrun routing goes, is you do lose whatever bait you had equipped. So if you've got 6 bait, you'd start the next one with 5. So if things go really poorly, you can start like not saving, returning to title, and then loading back in the game to preserve your bait, so you don't have to like run back to the shop and all that stuff.
You might see that later. We'll see. We'll see how some of these later fights go because they're a little volatile. So. Bright Dragon takes us back to... Bright Dragon tells us that he needs us to go into deeper ocean territory than our little boat can take right now. So, it's like, okay, well, we need a bigger boat. Let's go ask Gwen. Well, Gwen's like, all right, I'll give you a better boat if you can go get these things out of the mining, these fish parts out of the mining area. So we get permission from Gwen to go into the mining area. So we gotta come here now. Small fish? Yes, small fish. I gotta catch 1 extra fish, and hopefully I'll get one here. That's a herd crab. That's not what I want to see. Well, we'll catch it later. Oh, wait, there's another one right there. But this doesn't instantly start, right? Okay, hold on. Nope, that's a herd crab. Never mind, we're leaving. I'll catch an extra fish later. So now we
How
have...
much later would a reminder be helpful?
Yes, it will be late. Yeah, it will be. I just have to catch by the very end of the game. But I have plenty of opportunities to catch an extra fish. Also, we're in the Superstar Saga part.
Yeah. I was recognizing those Mario and Luigi controls.
You would think that the health in the top left, you'd think, oh, Rob's the top health and Axel's the bottom health. But no, they just have like a shared life force here.
Very okay. Yeah.
They are brothers under the skin. They just share their energy.
That's one way
with
you
each
could have
other.
described that. I would have gone with like the Donkey Kong Country Return style of pooled health, but whatever works for you.
No. They're bros. Axel
Right,
and Rod here.
fair.
Oh, sorry, Axel. I kind of messed with your text box there. All right, we're gonna come up here. We're gonna grab the silver skill star. We'll use that later. That's gonna give us some free stat points later on. We got a couple sections where we're just gonna use all of our skill stars. I need to equip that bead I just got. All right, so all of these pink special fish are going to be these special fish I need to catch. There's 2 different ones. They look the exact same, but they have a different amount of health. So I'm really looking at the health of the fish I'm trying to catch to hope I get the correct one. They also have this weird little thing right at the start where I have to choose one of these 3 islands. And if I get one that says good or bad, I'm just going to restart because it takes so much longer to catch these if you don't get the good to... Oh, I'm done with medals already. That's the 256?
That's 256,
I
yeah.
don't need any more 256 fish. No more 256 fish. No more This is the other RNG fish part I talked about earlier.
That's different.
Okay, well, I'll catch this one. I don't usually catch goods, but I'm getting a really bad luck on... Just fish things. Oh, come on. This is how much longer they take when you don't have. There we go. That's what we want to see. If you're super lucky, like the luckiest bonkers luck. That's the wrong fish. Because when you catch a fish, it can drop between 1 and 3 materials, and we need to get 5 of those materials. Oh my gosh. So luckily, if you get the wrong fish, you don't have to catch it. You can just exit out immediately, which is fine. You can just... It's the wrong fish, though. You can just reset them really quick. This is pretty bad luck.
It seems.
There's no real way to, like, influence what you're getting out of here. There we go. Give me a 3. Ah! I only needed 2 and I got 1. You gotta be kidding me. Here we go. Okay. That's fine. Everything's fine. Just fish things. There we go. Whatever. We gotta take him back to Gwen, and Gwen's gonna be like, oh, baby, thank you. And he's gonna fix us up another ship so we can go into the... What do they call it? The Windy Seas?
That sounds right, the Windy Sea.
The Windy Seas is the we can get access to the tier 2 areas. Yeah.
I don't know exactly how getting those magic crabs help make a better ship, but we're just not going to question it.
You know what?
The fish are made out of metal. Yeah, they're just... I don't know what he's using the metal for, but yeah.
Not to be confused with metal fish, which are a thing. They're like metal slimes, but and those are in this game.
Heck yeah. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. So now, Bright Dragon tells us to go... I need to catch... I need to catch you.
There he is.
We were just looking for a serpent-shaped fish here, and we found you. Got it. All right. And we still need to catch 1 extra one, though, at some point. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So here we're in the Edo. It's a very pretty little town. It's got fox people and ninjas, I guess.
Cool.
I don't know. In this weird land of ocean everywhere and people taking out fish. We gotta stay in this inn because we gotta come back here later.
Shout outs to head of GDQ and noted fox person Relkin.
Yeah. I was playing a fox game on stream earlier. Not this stream, but it was really cool. It's amazing how many cool foxes there are in video games. This is the boot plan. It makes a really funny noise, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a satisfying noise. I'm here for it.
What else noise would you think it would make? So our Roy Dragon tells us to come up here and get something from this old guy, and he's like, okay, well, to give you the thing you want, you need to go get the heart of the Giga Turtle. That's what he says. That's what he says.
Yeah, he wants the heavenly fruit that takes 1,000 years to grow or something.
That's right.
And we're getting the Giga Turtle thing for to fertilize it to help it hopefully grow a little faster.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Well, he tells us that the Giga Turtle is over here in the Saha land. So we're gonna go find the Giga Turtle here. But we find out the Giga Turtle's little lake is stuck behind some rocks. And someone who really likes tourism tells us you should go visit Lappin's Labyrinth. She tells us this like 10 times in that conversation that we just skipped. So we're gonna run up here through some rocks. She also gives Axel a sword, so Axel can like beat up stuff. Because we're going into our first side-scrolling dungeon.
Ooh.
Which you might think would be, whoa, that's kind of cool. It's really basic, but you know what? It's a cute little thing. Let's go, Axel. The weirdest
And if you
thing
do try
about
to go
this,
fast,
the weirdest thing about this is that you have to control it with the control stick. This whole game is like 8 direction, but you have to control it with the control stick. It's really weird to me. I play so many platformers, and let me tell you, using a control stick for a 2D platform is really strange.
I believe it.
Nothing here is dangerous. We're not in any danger of like dying or anything, which is great because dying in an actual section actually puts you to the very start, and that is awful. Axel can also double jump because he's got powers. I don't know. It's just something he can do.
Yes, this is One Punch Man logic. You do enough squats and you learn how to double jump.
There's like health scattered all around these little pots and stuff. We don't need to get any of it. Nothing here is in any danger. As long as we don't like bizarrely mess up really, really bad, which has happened in the second dungeon. But not in this one. We're gonna fight the boss down here. We're gonna chop him a lot. He takes the same damage on all of his parts, so we're just gonna try to hit every single part that we can. So we're gonna like stand slightly off center and try to hit all 4 of his head parts. While he slams around. Hopefully the hands are nice, they'll get in the way, but fine. And then he blows up. And then we get the first magical tools, which are the power gloves. Wow, these let Axel lift and throw
This whole
boulders.
section, especially that boss fight and all that, very La Mulana coded.
Oh, I love La Mulana. What a great game.
True.
So we can actually swap freely between Axel and Rod now. We can just swap character whenever you want. Axel handles the magical tools, like picking up boulders and some other things later, and swinging the sword, while Rod handles the fishing. We're gonna purchase a couple things here. We're gonna grab 4 silver worms. We're gonna stay at this inn. We're gonna take a little detour to go back to... Oh, that's not the right button. We're gonna take a little detour because now that Axel can lift boulders, we can access this little hidden cave over here. And this has a rod upgrade in it, and it's a really good one. Oh. The Mecha Rod, do that, equip the bait, and equip the Great Thief. We just picked up another outfit. And now we're gonna go fight the Giga Turtle. There, Rod's no longer a prisoner. He's got a swanky little coat on and a cool bandana. Get out of here. This is the Giga Turtle. Alright, so to fight the Giga Turtle, he rebounds off the walls here, and we gotta throw rocks at him. I missed. Why did that go right through? What happened? The Giga Turtle, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Ah, yes, you flip it over and attack its weak point for massive damage.
That's right.
I've seen this
That's how you
technique
fight
before.
turtles. That's fine. That's why I've got potions.
Hey, the first enemy that actually did a significant amount of contact damage.
He called my bluff.
Seems that way.
Anyway,
saves a little bit of time to like store up those rocks
Yeah,
to be able to throw a couple of
repeat the
times.
cycle. Makes sense.
yeah.
And this might be one of my favorite boss gimmicks.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Let's just double potion here. I'll just restart on the next one. All right. Ah! This can get really trippy if he decides to spin it while you're trying to go for a perfect. So, oh, there we go.
Nice.
A lot of the bosses that are like really, really strange, you might see me like only go for blue bar because
Sure.
if their mechanic triggers at an inopportune time, it's gonna be way worse than if I just got it anyway. Than if I were to, there we go. So the Giga Turtle, we get his heart, or the item we need for the quest, but we hope to also get a crafting material, the Giga Turtle Heart, which we didn't get. That's fine. We can use the Giga Turtle Fang because we craft a hook, which just gives us some extra bonus stats. You can craft hooks in this game using materials for like every enemy material. And the materials you use determine the stats of the hook you get. So the Giga Turtle there can drop the Giga Turtle Heart, which is the best statage we can get at that time. But we didn't get the heart, so we just used his Fang instead, which you always get, which is slightly less, but still good enough. So we give the heart up there, and they're like, okay, well, that wasn't enough. You need to actually get these other two massive enemy livers. It's always a liver. They're always livers. I don't know why they're always livers.
That's where all the RPG magic is stored.
Stored in the liver, yeah.
Yeah. Every time you carve one, it says nobody ever thinks to get the liver, and it's like, well, then why do you know you need it?
What do you mean these bears don't have asses? I don't.
Not with that attitude.
Take a small detour here to pick up something so we can craft the hook later.
Hey, we gotten our bonus small fish yet?
Not yet.
No,
Okay, just
we'll
check.
pick that up on the way to probably Entropy.
Yeah, that's probably good. We can do that there. Because, yeah, we'll be back in Edo again, and I'll have way more power at that point. All right. So we go to Gwyn, and he's like, okay, well, if you want to catch these other... Hold on, where am I going here? You go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we go back to Gwyn, and he says, if you're going to find those other fish, you're going to need a bigger boat. So now we're going to Stormville here to get... I don't remember why he needs something from Stormville to make a better boat.
Gwyn wants to
this is
make
for
a
Gwyn.
sky ship. Gwyn wants to make a sky ship. He's like, if you bring me this material from this mythical sea as Stormville... I got hit by lightning, I couldn't see. He's like, I'll give you a bigger boat if you get this thing no one's ever gotten before. And we're like, all right, sure, let's do it. This guy sucks. If these lightnings randomly hit you, they will ruin your day, and the fight itself, the fishing fight itself, is really tough too. I'm not counting correctly. I'm going to use a potion here, but I don't think it'll save me. I might need to respawn, which... Uh-oh. Oh god, we got zapped! That's a really bad zap.
no.
Dang.
It's a big zap.
The zaps here stink because the shadows on... The time that the shadow on the ground appears is not correct with when it actually does damage, nor is it accurate on where the shadow is. If you're listening, John C. Fantasy, how about fixing that?
All right. So I was thinking about doing this read during the previous run to bring that runner luck. Let's do it here. Brain Fatales is a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to their two flagship events, they host activities year-round in their community Discord, like the Game of the Month Club and randomizer events. Use !FF in chat to learn more and get involved.
I'm still out. I gotta count. You have barely enough time to get like 9 chops in there. So I have
Yeah,
to-
9 is risky, 8 is pretty safe.
Yeah. Okay, we're through
But this,
that.
this
and we have
was
full health.
the...
See, the Fatales read worked. It always does.
Yeah, let's go. This game was a backup for the Fatales Marathon.
Nice.
Okay, this fight, you talk.
Sure, yeah. So here is our most annoying gimmick that we've ever found. It was a very happy day when we found the Mecha Rod over in that cave because it makes this one a little bit easier. Because not only is he messing with the speed of your bar, it's also very, very tiny because you have almost no technique at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, then when you get zapped there, your bar oscillates in speed very rapidly. It'll slow down, it'll zoop really quick, and that's a very dangerous fight. It's not usual that you die in the first part and not the second part, but cool. We got through it.
Bless the Mecha Rod.
Yeah, Mecharod's really good. So Gwyn's like, holy crap, you got the thing I wanted you to get. So we give it to him, and he gets us our giant boat the next day. So we can go into, oh, who are these people? Ooh, we'll find out later. We can go into our frozen ice area or our scorch and volcano area, because of course. And that's where we have to go to either of those two to get our next, the big parts the big dragon wants. And they actually, it opens up in a way, it's like freeform. You don't have to go to either area first. You can do either one of them you want to. It's actually kind of weird because we actually do the first half of the fire area, then the first half of the snow area, and then the second half of the snow area, and then the second half of the fire area. Where am I going? I'm going to go right here. It's a little weird, but that's how we do it.
You got to get your card. What is it? The museum card or something? I don't remember what kind of card you need.
Oh yeah, they don't let people
They're
in
checking ID.
the volcanoes. I don't remember what they call it. Yeah, they don't let people in without like a pass. And there's some shady guy there that says, "Hey, I got a pass for you. If you come up here and help with the cave." And we're like, and Rod's just like, "Okay," because that's all that Rod ever says about things. It's just okay. And then they kidnap Rod, and then they tell Axel, "Go into this dungeon and get this special thing for us if you want to save your friend." So that's what we're doing right now. Axel's like, "I gotta save Rod, so we'll go in here and do the thing." All Rod says is, "Okay." It's really funny. The dialogue in this game is really good. Oh, that was a little mistake there. It's like, I don't know if it's like, I want to say unintentionally really funny, but it can't all be unintentional, right?
Right.
It's
At some
definitely
point, things are
intentional.
being underplayed for purposeful effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. The initial release, the translation was a little bit rough, and so you had a couple moments where, okay, that's a little silly because the English isn't great, but they've fixed a lot of that stuff, and especially like in the Demon World expansion, a lot of the writing is really good. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this game received a during SGDQ, actually. It was really funny. This game came out during AGDQ of this year.
It got the DLC during SGDQ.
And the DLC came out during SGDQ. It was wild. It was wild for me, who really wanted to play both of those things. Like, I can't believe I have to wait. I gotta wait a week because both of these marathons. That's okay. So, yeah, the Demon World update was really cool. This is our dangerous fight arena. I take so much damage just from standing on top of enemies here that I've actually just died here before. That was a really poor left side of that room. But that's okay, we get through it. We're gonna fight the boss over here. I guess I can grab the heal in case I'm extremely silly.
They also don't let you take any of the money out of here. I don't know if they're just all chocolate quarters or what.
Yeah, you get the money from these pots and the enemies and stuff, and you can see your money count going up. But whenever you exit the dungeon, none of it saves.
Nice.
Pretty sure that's a bug, but I don't know who that guy was. Sometimes he throws Demon Fang, though.
My wallet. It was all a dream.
So here we get the magical tool, the Warp Rod, and it's really good. Not to be confused with Rod Ocean or a fishing rod. Those are all different kinds of rods.
Or the Star Rod from our friend Kirby. Although,
Yeah.
if we're saving the world, we might need one of those later.
Well, that's not where I'm supposed to teleport to. Don't teleport there. Well, since I'm here, I might as well just go. Whatever. This isn't where you're supposed to teleport to. Because it's a little slower walking out of here. Oh, yeah. Also, Axel can just warp now.
Oh, so we can.
It's a little
So that's
faster
pretty
than
cool,
walking.
I would say.
Yeah. He freezes in place whenever you're using it. So it's a little awkward because then your control stick starts moving your cursor, your teleport
Your
targeter.
pointer, yeah.
Yeah, and if it lands in an invalid spot, you don't go anywhere.
You got to do it again.
So you gotta be pretty accurate, yeah. You gotta be fast and accurate with it, it's a little tough. So we did the first half of the volcano part, and the ice part also has two halves to it. We're gonna do the first half of that too to get the other magical tool as associated with this. We're gonna take a quick shopping trip. This is our last shopping trip, actually.
Nice.
We're gonna
Hey, well,
buy-
you get that done. I want
Yeah.
to let people know that if they want to catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, or GDQ marathons, you can go over to youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the channel to stay up to date with everything GDQ.
Yeah, GDQ is great. I'm gonna go there in January.
I've heard that. I will see you
Wow.
there.
Oh my gosh. That's
Pretty
amazing.
cool, right?
That's pretty cool. I can't wait to play a game in that marathon. All right, so yeah, Rod just kind of takes a back seat for this section of the run here because we do like 2 Axel dungeons back to back without catching like any fish between. It's really for Rod. Anyway,
I mean,
the ice
technically, we
dungeon-
could have caught that extra small fish, but it can wait.
Yeah, we'll be in a more opportune spot here, not too long. Well, actually, it will be too long, but we won't forget about it. It's one of those backup strats you just got to keep in mind. It happens sometimes. So like the show theme. What? Here's a question for you, Atitri. What brought you to bring sea fantasy onto your show? Huh? Do we fit into out of the box?
I mean, I certainly like to think so. As a game that is like games that are still in active development are honestly a little less common around these parts because I always have to go check to see about like the frequency of patching and things like that. But everything I saw about this game made it look really like, and then the way you describe things like seemed cozy and accessible, and to be able to just like show off something that is
what was that?
At once easily understandable for what it is and the kind of things you're doing on the screen, and two, like kind of like you described with the script, also just kind of patently absurd for how many different ideas it mashes together.
Ridiculous.
Is part of why the Games Done Queer Games Committee and I as well liked it so much, and why I wanted to give more people the opportunity to see what it has to offer.
Wow, that's great. Praise me more. That was awesome.
Happy to do it. Yeah, no, I enjoy, like, I think there is a class of Games Done Quick viewer, especially those who go to our marathons in person, who really enjoy watching the runs on the schedule that they've never seen before. Like games they completely don't recognize, the stuff that comes totally out of left field, whether it be something like cute and bright and accessible like Sea Fantasy, or something, whatever adjective you'd care to use for Golf with Your Grandmother, a legendary run that came out of left field during the Awful Block last year. You know, some of those can be some of the most fun moments, especially when you're sharing them with friends and fellow speedrunners.
Yay.
Yeah, and this is a great place to get started. This is actually the first speedrun I ever learned.
Was it?
It was, yeah. I mean, I've played randomizers and stuff, but this is the first thing I ever posted on SRC.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Our friend Doppel sent us his route notes, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try it, sure.
Doppel is like so cool. He was one of the first person to like route out the game, as far as I'm aware. He routed out all the stuff, all the shop, all the fish we're catching, all the stuff, and we talked about earlier that there was another update to the game, the Demon World update, that added a whole new like world map area, like a ton of new gimmicks and fish to catch, new items and stuff. It was really, really cool. Great update to the game. He routed that out. There's a speedrun that includes that section of the game as well, and it looks a lot different than this one. We're actually going to be playing this, as far as I think, like completely glitchless. There's no glitches we use in this section, in this game, in this this run.
There's maybe a couple unintended warps you can do, but that's just like skipping a door or something. It's not really breaking the sequence. But any % Demon World, as soon as you beat the final boss of the main game, you get access to an item that lets you increase your run speed to 200%, which makes it extremely easy to just go out of bounds wherever you like that there happens to be a corner in the geometry.
Nice.
Don't tell John Sea Fantasy that. They might patch it. don't patch our glitches, please. The Demon World route looks incredibly different because it is very glitchy.
All right, producer, I know we're doing this on a delay. Can you just like mute the last 20 or 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please bleep me. What are we doing right now? We're actually doing something that's not required to beat the game, but the benefit we get from doing it is so immense that it is very hard to imagine someone beating the final boss without doing it. We're doing all of this 5 minutes or so, maybe 4 or 5 minutes of this little
questing,
side area. Yeah, this little side quest in the Witch's Mansion here, where all this is for an outfit. We're
getting big style points for this one.
Oh yeah, it's big style.
Don't let anyone tell you that swag is unimportant in a speedrun.
Oh no, it's really good, and the amount of power that outfit brings is so good.
Is that a Keyblade?
That it's so good.
I don't think it's a sword, but it is a key.
Okay. Maybe that's on me for bringing that to the table. It just kind of looked like it.
It does look very similar. It's got the same kind of little jaggedy thing on the end of it, yeah.
What, Axel Sword?
No, the key whenever it formed up.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, yeah. We beat 100 of these stupid birds. This is the Sky Fantasy part of the game, I guess. If they make a Sky Fantasy, I'd like to think they use some of the models from this section.
Say this is the RPG Limit Break tribute section of the run, because as everyone who follows that community knows, birds are jerks.
They are. That's so true. 100 birds. Luckily, the door keeps count, but since you can only... Oh yeah, we picked up the fire rod in the ice dungeon. That's the magical tool we got. We can shoot... Aslo can shoot fire, which is something every child will be responsible with.
True. It's usually the first power you get in an RPG.
Right. So we use it to shoot birds. But unfortunately, we can only shoot it in 8 directions, which is a little weird to do on a stick, but I'd much rather be able to use the D-pad for that part. That's fine. That's it. That was the last thing we had to do. We're going to go get our cool, very, very near required. If anyone out there starts to speedrun this game and they do a run without this, they're going to like instant world record. It's so hard. You can't.
It takes like 5 minutes to come get this, but it's still faster than the alternative, which is getting an item to like reset fish to go farm metal fish in the volcano.
Yeah.
To try to level up and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a very rare fish called the metal fish, as you might expect. And they give Mondo EXP, and there is a way to farm them, but we do not do that. As long as you can get that item, that outfit we just got, you do not need to grind metal fish. So we're gonna just warp through the fire area here. We're doing the second half of the fire zone now, which is we're gonna go catch the flame array. That's what we gotta go do. We need his liver because we always need fish livers. That's always what you need here. So we're gonna go through the volcano dungeon, and the flame array is gonna kind of harass us as we go through here. And I'm gonna really hope I don't throw this rock into the lava.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Okay, yeah.
Into the lava, into the wall, just everywhere.
Oh yeah, everything explodes if you throw it into a wall. Don't do that. These corners are a little strange. It's very easy to accidentally land your teleport marker on top of them and cancel your teleport, which is a time loss, and we can't stand that. So here the flame ray is harassing us. He's shooting. That's him right there. He's huge. Shooting fire at us. Rod's gonna stand in the lava right over there for a second. Oh. We're gonna pick up a gold star right here. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about these earlier. I used these earlier. Yeah, they just give skill points. They're just like mobile skill points. There's a little skip there. You can teleport past that gate, no problem. We pick up a couple... What? How did I get all the way up here without this cutscene triggering? Whatever. I love that Rod just like floats across. It's so funny to watch him just surf across the lava.
He's just hanging out.
There we pick up a second material that we're going to use to craft our in-game hook. We get, yeah, as Kedjum said earlier, we get just enough unique fish to unlock being able to craft a hook using 2 materials. So we grab guaranteed like loot spots of the two best materials that we can find by this point in the game. So it makes a pretty dang good hook. And we're gonna go fight Flame Ray in his cool little arena. Some of the cutscenes you can't skip, like the minor text talkings, but all right, here's Flame Ray. He's gonna shoot fire at us, and we gotta teleport in the middle of it. And then we can get in and chop him. You can get like 6 chops in before you gotta... Whoa. Get Flame Array. This fire does like... The enemy attacks, like during Axel sections, have a huge range of damage they can do. This guy does like, what, up to maybe 120 or 140? If he hits you?
Definitely over 90 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the low rolls are.
It's a big chunk of your health.
Yeah, I don't remember what the low rolls are, but I mean, we get the statage to do well in fights and stuff, but we can't level up HP without increasing our level. We can't like put stat points into HP or anything. All right, so here we go. We're gonna equip our Master Rod, which we picked up earlier, and the Wizard. Now Rod is a wizard.
I put on my my rod and wizard
Your
robe.
Rod and Wizard hat, yeah. Here's the Flame Ray. His entire gimmick is that his entire fight is in fast-paced mode. But the Wizard outfit is busted because what it does is, come on, he yells. It increases the stat that you get from your bait by 1.5 times is what you get benefit. And when we swung down here to the ice area earlier, we bought 30 power bait. So we're getting 45 extra power from our baits. And that is substantial compared to the level we're at right now. And that is how we're able to tackle the rest of the game at our current level. But at our current level, we just have a low amount of HP because we can't increase that stat at all. So it is still dangerous, but it's still possible. Also, we're in the snow forest now. You want to talk about the robots?
Oh yeah, the robots. I can never remember which direction to go. They follow us for reasons unknown. They ask for commands. We have to go find enough of them to open all of these gates just by chopping them down because maybe they're lumberjacks. I don't know. They all got axes. Who knows? They're in the forest. It makes sense. But we got to find 20 of them, and it's a puzzle and a maze to kind of get all the way through it.
I love this section.
But you can't warp in here because it's too cold.
Yeah, the warp rod is too cold. It's frozen, so I can't use the warp rod. But the fire rod's okay. So Axel does what any responsible child would do with a fire rod in the woods: is shoot it everywhere, and melt the army of death lumberjack robots. Yeah, that's this section of the game.
Oh, yeah. No, the Death Lumberjack Army March. Yep, that makes sense.
And it's the the classic
fishing,
RPG trope.
Right.
The Death Robot Army. Yeah. Anyway, in this next section. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Whenever the hero gets in trouble, a friendly lumberjack appears. It happens every time.
Every time.
What, Wizard of Oz and.
Yeah, and the other examples
and probably another.
The other
name.
examples that I can't think of,
like Sea Fantasy.
Like Sea Fantasy.
Yeah. In this next section, actually, is my favorite fish in the game, and if we see it, I'm going to try to at least show it to you. I'm not going to stop and catch it. Well, I am going to stop and try to like show it to you, and you'll see why it's my favorite. It's my favorite fish in the game. So Iceburn is the fish we're going for up here, and we gotta fight through the monsters. We skipped a cutscene where it shows a giant scary monster, and we're just kind of running from it right now. That's why the music sounds so. Oh, is he right here?
Could be. Yep.
That's my friend Poddle. He likes to show up sometimes, and he wants to be your friend. That's my friend Poddle. I just wanted to show my friend Poddle. Pottal. It's Poddle.
Everyone say hi, Poddle.
Hi, Poddle.
Sadly, he only shows up on this one map in the entire game.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll always know where I need to go if I want to see my friend Poddle. So here are these people. They're hiding. They're looking for the monster in the woods that we just left. And we say, hey, we just saw it. It was back there. So they leave and we steal their boat. So we can come up here and find Iceburn, who we're going to do a little Toho section on. We're gonna shoot fire at him while dodging his ice. Well, but like most attacks in bullet hell games, you can dodge them just by moving very slightly. Until we run out of room, then we gotta reset a little.
Yep. If you've ever been intimidated by Toho games and similar, that is really it's very much a less is more sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's also the only glitch that's been patched out that I know of.
Oh yeah, there used to be a glitch there. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you can somehow get 2 fireballs on the screen as you're running up to that boss, it'll just skip the Axel part of the fight entirely. And if you haven't done the volcano yet, instead of skipping to this boss, it will dump you off in Volcano Town somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's probably better that they patched it, but I have no idea why it does that.
It just warps you over there for some unknown reason. All right, so we got... Oh, hold on. Rod and the others descended from the mountain. There was no sign of the robot group along the way. That's so sad. Oh no, the robots, I don't see them anywhere. But we skipped the cutscene. The robots are fine.
The robots went off and formed their own socialist collective.
That's right.
Where they work for the good of all.
I gotta catch a fish here.
Yes, fish time.
Yeah.
Right here.
Do you need 1 or do you need 2? I don't know. Did you
do
get all
I
4
need
fish
2?
at the beach? Catch 2 just in case.
I'll catch 2.
Yeah.
I probably should have taken my bait off. Oh well. Got 2.
I didn't count the beach. I forgot if you needed the extra.
While we're doing old pop culture references, my brain thought of, yesterday you said you'd catch 2 fish. I'll catch 2 now.
So many skill points.
That darn air conditioner.
I was going to say, what are the odds that any of our 800-something viewers remember Sears?
Okay. This is why we buy a ton of potions, because these things can just spawn on us.
If they spawn on top of your character, you take damage.
Yeah. Oh, did I get hit again? Oh no.
Yeah, I think you did. Good choice to have health up. You're not at full health, but you're close.
Yeah. 3? Whatever. All right,
Yeah,
this
right.
fight, I hate this. This fight's really hard for me. Uh-oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, so now we have 2 gimmicks at once. One that messes with your bar speed just for fun, and
One
the bells,
changes your direction. No.
they switch direction. Yeah.
This fight isn't bad if you're patient. The problem is I'm not.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I'm not patient. The bells that reverse your direction, thankfully you don't have to do the first part of the fight. But also I noticed I did get healed. Oh, that's really obnoxious.
I don't know if Return to Title heals you. Oh, you got your potion back, though.
I did? Okay.
Yeah. You
because I
had read it too. Yeah, you did it after that section.
I should probably focus. Give me a second.
You got it.
Yeah, there's more lore coming up, but for now, she's just here because we've returned to try to collect the heavenly fruit to go take the Bright Dragon, and found her instead. We'll find out later that there's been some experimentation going on with Ciaz. Oh, we forgot to mention that these are called Ciaz. They're not called fish.
They're not called fish. Nowhere in this game do they call these creatures fish. It's C''AZ, Ciaz. I can't believe we didn't mention that.
So we've been Ciazing this whole time.
Yeah, it's called fishing. It's called fishing. Like I can like at the bottom of the screen, it says press X to fish. But no, they're not called fish.
Wait. Just because the UI calls it fishing doesn't mean it's called that in the fiction of the game.
Right.
Well, but Mom says we like fishing.
Oh, that's true. Mom says Rod really likes fishing. That's all she ever says.
Okay, yes, there is thank you for doing the detective work on this one. Appreciate you.
There's Doppel in chat. One of Doppel's emotes is C is the C, but it's in the shape of Arizona. Yeah, it's so funny.
That's one of those that you absolutely have to do the rollover on the emote name to get the joke, but worth it.
Big fan. All right. So we're in the secret lab now. So yeah, there's been some like weird experimentation because these people, there's a group of people that are trying to revive the Dark Dragon, the one that the Bright Dragon fought 1,000 years ago. And that's who attacked us. They're part of that group. So we abduct her after beating her up and after fishing her up, and take us to her secret lab here. We had to go look at a wall over here because you can't blow up. Also, I'm Adam West right now, I guess.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Oh yeah, hold on. This is something really funny that I said I would do.
Nice skeletons.
Spotlight zap.
The skeleton laser, yeah. So there's you can barely warp past this. It's tough, and don't know it. So we're gonna do it the slightly slow way of just waiting. Which is a little annoying, but it's safe.
Your Metal Gear dose for the evening.
Yeah. Okay, we good. Luckily, the button to turn it off is right past it. I don't need to heal. This fight isn't that... I might need to heal. Whatever, I'll be fine. This is Ghost. He appears in 4 different spots, and you have to hit them... You have to hit them 3... What is happening? 3 to 4 times, and hopefully you'll find the right one. That's the gimmick.
Which you've somehow done twice now.
Which I somehow... Oh, look at that. That was the fastest Ghost I've ever had. Yeah, sure, one. I'll be fine. Ghost's gimmick is that he has, like, no health or anything, but he has these little phantom bars that are supposed to mess you up, but he doesn't have any health, so it's really not dangerous. I don't know.
I think also because we're using the Master Rod here, it desynchronizes from his gimmick.
Oh.
Because the Master Rod has an effect that slows your bar bounce back and forth down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just a free... The Master Rod we picked up earlier from a box, and it's so good that we just use it for the rest of the game. And it has that passive effect, and that passive effect is really awesome. All right, so we got the key so we can open this thing, which has the gecko enemy we beat up inside, because the you can talk about that. I've got to do this.
Yeah, sure. So the gecko is actually a girl who has been experimented on by the worst researcher, Adam Matona here.
He's the worst.
He's
A
the worst.
well-earned title, considering human experimentation. I would have to agree.
That's also what happened with the last boss that we fought, who's, I think her name is Athena in her human form. I don't know why she changes back very easily and the gecko does not. That ends up being the plot of the Demon World, is how to help Faye turn back into a human. But yeah, we're just picking up bombs, breaking force fields, and zooming through.
This fight's also rough, so I'm also still not going to be talking. This fight's tough.
That's fine. This one's also tough. He's got a couple of gimmicks stacking on top of each other, and we're going to see that continue. Like, the final boss has even more. So he's got a warp that will jump you to somewhere else. Yeah. The little force fields, if you try to click when you're in one of those, it will just buzz at you, like extremely loud, incorrect buzzer, and it'll eat your input. So
Blue bar is the name of the game here.
Yeah, this is where anybody who wants to play like a perfectionist probably has to disabuse themselves of that notion.
You take a lot of damage in that fight. You take a ton of damage in that fight. All right, so we caught enough fish to level up our crafting so we can use 2 materials. We're going to use those and craft our hook. We're going to equip the hook. We got everything equipped properly. We're going to use all of our skill points because a lot of the bosses at the in-game area do not prompt you to increase your stats when you level up. A lot of them just don't do that. So we have usually a lot of skill points stored up at this point in the game. All right, so this is the final boss. It's a 4-phase fight. And in the first one, I'm gonna point my little cursor at the cloud here, and I'm just gonna keep spamming fire and hope I'm fine.
it almost always works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question, which is also kind of a comment from chat. Did you know that catching electronic fish in the ocean uses less stamina? It's true. It's because of the efficiency. I had to. It was like, it was so bad that it wrapped back around to being good.
I learned something. Thank you.
Good.
All right, so there's the first phase. Get out of my sight. I can't do anything here. Oh yeah, so the guy we beat up, the worst researcher, like fuses with the Dark Dragon, and he's like, okay, well, I'm revived now. Rawr, I'm big and scary. So we got to go beat him up. We team up with our Bright Dragon friend and our lady we saved / beat up earlier. And now this is the next phase where you have to hold a separate button to like make this little shield around your cursor, and if any of these meteors hit your little targeter, you take damage. But you can't click a hit if you're holding down the shield.
Yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times.
You have to Oh yeah, you might. 'Cause I do have kind of an input display. So you have to like balance how quick does it take you to move your thumb from one to the other. Luckily, our pals are helping us out here, so we don't have to be perfect. They're doing a little bit of damage along the way.
Yeah, Athena's helping, and we got some help from the legendary angler Marlin.
Oh yeah.
Or Merlin, or I stick with Marlin. There's like 3 different names for her in the game.
They call it.
She's an ancient fishing wizard.
This is the actual final fight, and it's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, so you might recognize almost every gimmick here, but there's also some from some bosses that we did not fight during the game. So we've got the bubbles from Ball Whale that we have to pop. That little ice on there, your cursor will slip real quick straight through it. The fire bubbles, I don't remember which fish they're from, but if you click on them, it'll do the same thing that Flame Moray did, where it will send you off at full speed. The ice thing from Iceburn. Sometimes you can try to cancel these things out, like the lightning bolt. If that's messing with your cursor and you manage to trigger the fire, it'll like get rid of the lightning bolt because it's trying to send it full speed or something like that. But it's a lot to deal with all at once. It's a huge difficulty spike, even casually, especially casually. You finish the game and you're like, oh, that was fun. I've done some fishing. And now do all of the fishing simultaneously.
Oh, that's really rude. Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, it really looks like this fight has the ability to wombo combo you in the FGC terminology.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm not getting this one. Just gonna let it go. This fight's tough. If you're ever wondering how I'm doing in this fight, I'd say the health bar percentage. You can compare my percentage to their percentage, and it's pretty accurate. That wasn't very good. Luckily, this game lets you be kind of aggressive. It lets you, if you start like aiming for perfects. While it's, more risky, but it finished the fight so much faster. Oh, that was rude. Like, I still might be able to do this if I can hit like every perfect. Ooh, but not if it's shielded, I can't. Oh. What? That was rude. That was rude. I got a bill right at a really bad spot.
Sorry, the first 2 don't count.
Yeah. This is such a, as you were saying, just a giant difficulty spike in the game. The bubbles are my least favorite because they change up how you have to play completely.
Understandable.
Luckily, you can still hit the bubbles, even if they're like behind a shield or anything. But the ice isn't great either. Sorry, I should probably be quieter than I am.
So if you are playing this casually and you have a least favorite boss gimmick, there are lots of rods you can craft to disable particular gimmicks. I think the one I played through was the one that disabled the lightning bolt, because that was my least favorite.
The lightning bolt is tough for sure. It's somehow not the worst one in this fight. Ooh, what the heck?
Nice cat.
Oh, that was weird. Nice. When the bubbles overlap, that's great because you only have to hit them once. Okay, we're done.
Let's go.
Time will be in, I don't know, like 10 seconds.
Whenever the credits, yeah.
Yeah, whenever it fades out after this next cutscene I have to skip.
Yeah, it'll take us back to the jungle, and then when the jungle fades out to credits, it's time.
Yeah, they're gonna hop a little. Whew. Time.
GG's.
Gosh. It's so nerve-wracking. That last fight is bonkers more difficult than everything else. And yeah, if you don't have the extra 45 power that you're getting from the wizard outfit, that is like nigh impossible. It's so hard. That Sea Fantasy. There's a whole like another section of the game. In fact, the Demon World, we talked about it a little bit earlier. The Demon World section of the game, you can like continue this speed run into that, and you like don't have to change anything about this run, which is really cool. You like don't have to do any prep. You can just like go right into it. Like, oh, I got a really good any % time here. Well, let's keep going and see how I do on the Demon World. And I might learn the Demon World run for the upcoming Fatales Marathon.
Ooh, exciting.
Submissions are opening next week, I found out this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, this game was a backup for that marathon and for GDQ Air. And hopefully I can get good enough at Demon World to submit both any % and that. Yeah,
Heck
and
yeah.
it's a lot different. That part's really glitchy. It's kind of fun. I don't ever play games with glitches. I'm a nice, pure, honorable gamer, but this one was really fun.
Very good. Well, other than at Games Done Quick events, where can people find you, Mikan?
I'm on Mikan's Box on Twitch and other places. I play video games sometimes, and sometimes I play them well. Yeah, I'm playing video games. I played a game called Eruda that came out today. That was really fun. I streamed that for like 6 hours today, and then I had to come fish. It's been a great day for fishing, let me tell you.
Sounds like it.
I don't know. I'm just rambling here until you're through with me.
No, you're all good.
Oh, also,
Hedgehog,
I got to run. Sorry, I'm interrupting you again. I got to run into AGDQ. I'm playing Flare Nui Quest for
that.
AGDQ in
Heck yeah.
January. Yeah, watch me there too. Thank you for playing.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, well, all things considered, thank you for play.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah, thank you to the both of you. Ketchum, anything you want to tell the people?
Not a whole lot. I'm Ketchum. I have this tag on Twitch too. I don't stream a whole lot. More often you'll catch me in Meekin or Doppel's chats hanging out. But if you're interested in learning this speedrun, Doppel posted his notes for the main route and for the Demon World route on speedrun.com. If you want to see an easier route, I think the run that I have posted there is still one that takes the experience farming route.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in learning that, you can always message me on Discord or whatever else too. So,
Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you both again for a fantastic showing and for making your time and effort to be here for our GD Queer bonus stream on Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoyed GD Queer, if you'd like to see more of it, if you'd like to tell us how your experience was, please check out the feedback forum, which I think is available on both Blue Sky and in the Games Done Quick Discord. And all that said, thank you very much again for watching Out of the Box, for continuing to watch the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Take a quick break to take care of yourself, and come on back for Creature Corner after the break.
Bye.